welcome back to the Leetist Podcast. I'm Kenny, joined once again with my friend Tim here, a.k.a. the Mo to my Mike O'Malley. And then to my left is Ryan, which you can be the only contestant to best the aggro crag.
Yes.
Oh, my God. That's
Let's
wonderful.
go to the leaderboard, Mo. If you can see the leaderboard, the aggro crag has me.
I can't do Australian.
I'm going to...
But I'll let you go ahead.
I don't know.
That's real. Wow, man. That was like right
That
in the
was,
I was stunned.
That was really good. Now, were you more of a Guts or a Legends of the Hidden Temple?
Oh, Legend of the Hidden Temple I probably
Yeah.
like better, actually, but Mo and Mike O'Malley are
Yeah.
more memorable names.
I think I was a Guts guy.
Yeah.
I remember. I always wish I was thinking actually a couple months ago that I'd go on eBay and see if anybody has a piece of the aggro crag.
Yeah.
See if I can pick one of those up.
I always thought it was funny that when Guts came on, I'm like, that's too much sports. It's literally a game where you're on bungee cords, like jumping and dunking
So
baskets.
did you get an answer for how much a piece of aggro crag goes for on eBay?
No,
You don't have to look it up.
but I'm gonna look it up now
Wondering.
because I'm curious.
We play games about games on the Leetist.
Yeah, we do.
That's what we do here. Games about video games, games of the video game sort. And you can send us your own game
right.
ideas and
Yeah.
questions, debate topics. We debate things here. Eventually, we're going to make some tier lists because we did it in
We're
episode
about
0.
to
Haven't
open
done
up
since.
a Patreon so we can get some money to get an aggro crack.
Yeah, I see $120 used on eBay. Yeah.
That's not bad.
I wonder what they
I
used
almost want to do it.
it on. It says used.
Used.
What do you use it
Someone
for?
climbed it already.
Well,
Send us those things.
I
The
made
Leetist
a guts
Pod.
for my cat.
The
I
Leetist
honestly
Pod.
think that's probably what they used. It was a cat scratcher.
The Leetist Pod at gmail.com, at The Leetist on Twitter. We have lots to talk about today as the Sony showcase was yesterday, and we saw a bunch
right.
of new games.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about a bunch of those games a little bit later on after we play some of our own games, which is what we do on The Leetist. Tim has a game. Tim has a game every freaking time.
Go ahead, Kenny.
It's
Set
called-
it up.
It's
Set it up.
called The News.
game. The news game.
Yes, Tim, the news game.
That's right.
Hey,
You guys ready to play the news game?
I am ready.
Well,
Yeah.
who wants to go first? We should decide with a flip of a
flip
coin.
that coin.
Yeah, Ryan's gonna be heads.
Oh, my, it's spinning a lot.
Oh,
Well played.
tails.
tails.
Kenny,
Okay.
you get to go
Okay.
first.
All right, well, fire up this timer here.
All right, you ready?
I am ready.
Here we go.
Let's go.
The blank is being celebrated by the originator. 35 years since its first use in Gradius.
35 Gradius. I have no idea what that is.
Konami code.
Okay.
Big win
it.
for blank as a judge says Apple must now allow alternative payment methods on the App Store.
Epic.
Correct. Ensuring Ryan never stops playing with Lego, the company announced their next buildable Mario collab will be a blank.
Dinosaur.
Question block.
Oh.
Celebrating 2 birthdays in 1 week, Kenny and Ryan were both gifted a copy of Blank in celebration of their continued existence.
Factorio.
Correct.
Tim is on a never-ending quest to get everyone in the universe to play this game.
It's very
and
true.
I will uphold my end of the bargain of you gifting. I have to play it.
I feel like I got a pretty easy one at the end there, but
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see.
Well, there's a gaming in the next one too. But
Yeah.
anyways, there's one thing I want to bring up about Factorio is that you can do it multiplayer.
Oh.
Play together.
Is that a fact?
It is.
So,
God damn it.
What?
Yes, that's
so
a
can
fact.
you be our sensei into this world of
Oreo.
automation?
Yeah, absolutely.
I started it and got overwhelmed. I wanted to play Pathfinder, so I'll get back to it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
No,
Wait,
there's
that game overwhelmed you, so you went to Pathfinder?
I was more motivated to
Wow.
And I know a lot about Kingmaker already, so not all of that is foreign to me. It's
Yeah.
some of it is now.
You know, the thing about Factorio is that, like, once you understand the concept, you're unstoppable, kind of thing. But you gotta, you have to fiddle, so you have to be willing to fiddle.
I believe it.
But I'd be very happy to guide you through
Hey,
the world of Factorio.
let's set up some time. You show us how it's done. Maybe it's the game I've been missing my entire life.
Maybe we should just skip this episode and go play Factorio.
All right,
now.
guys. Well, that has been the Leetist podcast.
But yeah, the Konami code celebrated 35 years. It's the first time I was using.
All right, what
Gradius.
is it?
I don't even remember.
Oh, I
But
know it.
It's a big
All right.
deal.
Up,
Kenny.
up, down, left, right, BA, select, start, right?
That's for 2 players.
Yeah.
Select
Start,
changes
select?
the option. Select. It's a BA start because that
Oh.
starts the game. But if you played Contra and wanted to play 2 players, you had to hit select first because it moves the button down to 2 players. before
You're
the code
kidding
entry
me.
is done.
Is that
Well,
That's
part of
I
it-
actually
legitimately-
do know what the Konami code is, and I
understand.
know a little trivia about it too. But yeah, that's
He
that's
knew
a little
that.
factoid.
He's like, I don't know.
I knew the code at
flounder
least.
on it.
No, it was one. I wanted him to show off.
Nobody likes a showboat.
That's why I didn't do it. So, the Konami code. So, anyways, also, I've been following that Epic Games thing relatively closely, and that's a pretty big deal. It's kind of taking the power from the man a little bit so that companies can do it. Granted, this is just a bunch of BSDs like arguing with one another, and really it doesn't do much for the little guy or anything like that.
I think it's trying to move it towards helping the little guy, though. People who make indie games on Apple platform maybe are more enticed to do so now if you're not getting so much of a cut. Like, you're not losing so much of a cut to Apple because of that.
Yeah,
So,
which I can totally dig. What about you, Kenny? Can you dig it?
I'm not that. I read a headline about this right for tonight, and I know that now they have to accept all forms of payment options now. That's all I know.
Kind of. Okay, so the way it works is that in-app purchases were only through the App Store. Excuse me, through the Apple App Store were only allowed like through Apple, basically.
Right.
Okay.
So Epic went around that and tried to get and let people buy things actually in the app through their Fortnite app, for
Right.
example.
Oh, okay.
Instead of giving Apple a cut. And Apple was like, fuck you.
Gotcha.
But here's the catch. Even though they did that, Epic still has to pay Apple their cut from all the transactions they did before this ruling, basically, since it was in the rules. But it's something like, I don't know, $5 million or something like that.
Yeah,
it's like a drop in a bucket for a company.
literally.
So
yeah, I think that it does make sense for them to try to capitalize on this because the amount of money they're going to make purely on just like, microtransactions off this without having to go through the Apple process. They're going to make so much money.
through the Apple.
Through Apple.
Yep. So that was 2 points you got, Kenny.
Good job,
in the
man.
news game.
What was
Lego?
the Lego. So yeah. So I'm if no one knows in this podcast, yes, I am a very big Lego.
I did hear you did say that
fanatic.
before. Yeah.
So I have a few sets and I've enjoyed them immensely. And Nintendo's been doing these Super Mario sets, which are really interesting because they're not really. I mean, I guess you do construct them, but they're not heavily constructed ones where it's like a multi-piece building block kind of structure. It's more for a gamification of Legos, which is really interesting. But it's just not my. It's like Mega Blocks. It seems like Mega Blocks, and we don't talk about Mega Blocks.
That's a fox paws.
Get your
of the,
Lincoln
Lego
Logs out of here.
I've gotten down with Legos recently. I have a niece.
There's nothing
Deja vu.
wrong. There is nothing wrong with Legos.
Did it again.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
goodness.
dirty dog.
Ryan doesn't even remember.
I do.
Yep.
You know I said that exact thing before.
I
right?
know you
Okay.
did.
Ryan, do you want to be quizzed?
No. Yes.
Well, I'm going to do it anyways.
Isaac, I'm going to make you proud,
Okay.
sir.
All right. So
this is
you
for
ready?
him.
All right. Here we go. How's this for a softball? Yesterday, Blank premiered a plethora of new games planned for release.
Sony.
Correct. Now let's play hardball. Fortnite just released the no longer nameless Blank character as a downloadable skin.
Sony.
No, the Unreal Engine 5 tech demo. As part of their future ambitions at a recent shareholders meeting, Blank stated that they are no longer want to be a video game company first and foremost.
Sony.
No, GameStop. You can throw me up. Showing the utmost respect, Reddit user Jared Geeson posted a video of using his custom blank he built for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
I want to say Sony so badly.
Oh no!
I have no idea. Sony.
Oversized F key.
Cool.
I had to ask you first about GameStop because I didn't read that,
Yeah,
and I may or may not have GameStop stock that I've been holding on to.
Wait, what? So what is GameStop doing?
GameStop's kind of changing up their entire business model a bit and kind of, wanting to expand bigger into hardware and things like that.
Color me surprised.
It might actually also be a hardware stop, like talking for PCs. And
They started selling PC parts.
Yeah, and they got all kinds of crap,
Yeah.
and they're just going to expand, I think, in that direction as
I wonder
well.
if they're gonna get rid of because they bought. Did they buy out or are they partnering with ThinkGeek? But like they work with that ThinkGeek, which is the company that does all the Funko Pops and all that stuff that they get in. I think they bought them out, but like I don't know if that's doing them any good. So if they lean more heavily into hardware and maybe online retailing,
I
that's
would
where it's
imagine
gonna be.
online's got to have a big part of.
Here's what I'm thinking. There's not a lot of physical stores you can run to get a lot of PC parts if you're a PC gamer.
That's true.
So I could see that being a thing. If you,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
you got your
can't
Best
go out and grab a
Buys.
GPU. A lot of the
Go to
time,
your
Like,
Comp USA's.
Best Buy doesn't even have RAM.
You can go to your Comp USA's.
You
Yeah,
ever
go
go
to
to
your
a-
local Comp
Have you
USA.
ever gone into an Office Depot or Office Max recently?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like a ghost town.
Welcome.
Kind of creepy. Like it's stuck like permanently in the early 2000s.
It's suspended in time. It's like-
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, my point
it's
being,
immemorial.
there's a lot of...
Do you guys have graphics cards?
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of PC
We
parts
have
that you
nothing
can't just
but-
run out and buy. So,
Yeah.
GameStop.
It'd be cool to have like
yeah.
a retail one stop for that. you know?
Yeah, but I mean, like, are we as a consumer, do we really want brick and mortar style stores selling that, or would you rather have the convenience of ordering it online and just having it shipped to you?
Why not both .jpg?
I might
my
run out to
goodness.
grab some RAM if my RAM got fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
for sure.
don't know.
Or case or whatever. You know what I mean? They could put on
Sure,
some really
yeah.
cool displays of.
I guess, yeah, my whole kind of mantra, because like I'm coming from, I don't even really buy physical games anymore. I buy digital games only because it's just far more convenient for me. So like shopping is so much more convenient to just do it on an online outlet. Plus,
Sure.
if they don't have brick and mortar, they have more money saved so they can actually cut costs on wholesale so they can actually have cheaper products.
And there's
delivered
things
to the
like, I
consumer.
don't like RGB fans or just random shit that like you don't know for sure they're going to work with your system.
Yeah.
And I'd rather buy them somewhere like around the corner and I'd be able to run up and return
I'll
it.
tell you, when I lived in Atlanta, Micro Center was fucking amazing.
Yeah, and I would love to have a Micro Center. We had one up in Northern Virginia too, but we don't have one here. So
think
if
there's-
GameStop started giving me hardware, then yes, I accept that proposition.
Yeah, I would like an IKEA here too, but that's never gonna happen.
So, anyways, yes, we talked that we're going to talk about the Sony thing,
Yeah.
but I thought it was just kind of neat and a good throwback that that Fortnite's got a skin for the woman
Unreal.
that was in the Unreal Engine 5 tech
Yeah.
demo.
So
who
are-
now has a name, which is Windwalker Echo.
So, do you think that they're eventually going to make that demo a actual game?
Well,
or
it's interesting because you mentioned it upstairs not but 20 minutes ago in reference to Forspoken. Kind of does not look unlike that tech demo.
Well,
in some
yeah,
ways,
I
so-
mean, and we'll talk about this a little bit more,
Yeah.
but yeah, just the movements alone just absolutely was reminiscent on it. But yeah, they could easily take that demo and just go, man, people like this kind of style. Let's go with it.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know. I mean, it was showy and looked pretty, and there's a lot of games that do that. Again, we're going to talk about that later. But yeah, to actually see some games that are clearly using that tech, because you can just tell and you can just see it.
I'm trying to think,
pretty
actually,
exciting.
has there ever been, or like maybe there probably has, like a tech demo that people showed off, but actually ended up turning into a game?
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
That was literally a tech demo, and they were like, hey, let's.
I think,
people-
well,
I think it was a tester more than
it wasn't.
anything else.
Yeah, it wasn't like they used
Okay.
what was in that to make the
Right.
base the game. It was just like people freaked out about it so much for so many years.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because, like, I think Unreal does it a lot, and usually their tech demos involve like using like Unreal Tournament or like a Quake or
Detroit Become Human. I'm just thinking of tech demos that became games. They had a tech demo that was just the Android girl from that game that became a part of Detroit Become Human. I don't know. I'm just pulling shit out of my ass now.
yeah.
Pulling shit out of my ass. Hold on, there's one more thing.
Okay.
Wait,
Ryan
he
shit
was
on this.
about to actually.
I don't
use
give a
it.
fuck. Hold on. Shut up. You shit on this question because I don't think you got it. I said, showing the utmost respect, Reddit user Jarrett Geeson posted a video of using his custom blank he built for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Computer.
It's an oversized F key. He removed the F key from his computer and built an F key that was
Cool.
like a foot wide and a foot tall.
Good for him.
Like
Good
F1?
for America.
So-
no, it's because F is pay respects and it's a meme.
Oh, right. F, you mean the letter.
That's
All right. So at
So
least
dumb.
you get it now.
I
Whether
get it.
whether you think it's funny does not matter to me. But the fact that now that you sound like you understand
I
what
get
the
it.
point of my question was,
do.
we can move on.
What do you say we cut the chit chat?
Ryan.
Hole.
that was perfect.
Thank you.
That was a flawless. It wasn't a segue though.
Yeah.
No.
Well, we
So
have
we
to
can't,
get
we
to a
can't
sec- unless-
use it.
Do you have any more news you want to go over, Tim?
No.
Okay. Well, then I guess.
I'm all fired up over here.
I'm just pissed off at the fact that I'm only, because we're recording on Friday right now, and our next recording is going to be on Wednesday, and now I've only got 5 days worth of news to choose from for next
Well,
week.
the biggest news right now, besides your game stuff, is the Sony stuff, which we'll get to in a bit.
Sony will cover us in news for a while.
So a not so flawless segue into what we've been playing. I think I went first last time, so why don't we go to Ryan, who was absent last week?
Oh, I wasn't here. That's right. By the way, just remarking on listening to the podcast with basically no idea of what's going to be said and just having this fresh take. Absolutely fucking delightful. You guys nailed it in the podcast, which made me start going, yeah. I'm like, I can be replaced very easily here. No, Isaac, for love of God, please keep coming back. You are so awesome on this podcast.
You're a pleasurable sensation.
I love having just listening to you talk is awesome. So
Hey, you've been here since day one, so it'll take a lot.
Let's take to the listeners. Hey, who do you prefer?
Let's get that survey. It's only one person. It's Isaac, and he said, "I want to be on it." Well, 100% people said I would.
Since you've been here from the beginning, it'll take me a lot of thinking before replacing you.
So in terms of,
he promises he'll really think about it.
in terms of what I've been playing, so on vacation, you play vacation games. You play your Switch games. You play your games that you don't really get to, and you're like, I'm just gonna play this.
When
whatever.
I play Monster Hunter Rise, that's my vacation game.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I've never played it, but I'm sure it's good. I downloaded it because we had the whole family. We had my brother, we had my sister, like everyone there. So I was like, I need to get the complete Smash Brothers catalog. So I downloaded the latest Smash Brothers DLC, like with all the characters. So we have all the characters in Smash. So we played a lot of Smash Brothers.
Nice.
Just smashing it up in this, just kind of having some fun with that. But interestingly enough, so my brother-in-law, very much a big Zelda nut. He and his friends used to do a charity run where they'd play Zelda for 3 days nonstop straight. Then they would just people would take turns playing and stuff like that. And he's introduced me to the joys and wonders that is Adventures of Link, Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And I played the shit out of that game.
Nice.
A old NES game from, I think it was like 87, 88.
Yeah.
And it is, as I was playing it, I was getting more into it, and I'm like, this is actually fucking good. This isn't actually, and I think I've talked about this before, but going back through this whole thing, there's a lot of strategy and kind of details for that game because it's an RPG Link game, but you have to really know it's all about timing and mechanisms like that to be able to get further into that game. That being said, I died a lot and inevitably was like, okay, I'll come back to this.
Did you beat it?
No, I came close. But I was like, all right, I'm going to tap out for another one. I started playing Link to the Past again because that just got me nostalgic for the SNES one, which is the best Zelda game in my opinion.
I agree.
And was playing through that a little bit, but
It's
that was
best.
Link to the Past? I would say
100%. Yeah.
I might have said that,
wouldn't.
and then I played Breath of the Wild in 2018 and got over that one.
Mechanically, Breath of the Wild, yes, is better. In terms of overall gameplay fundamentals and actual structure, story, everything, freaking Link to the Past all the effing way.
I think it's hard to judge it now with so much time in between, the kind of brilliance of the discovery in that game and the things like that. You kind of get lost on you over time.
I'd be interested in talking to a gamer 10 years younger than us.
Yeah, exactly.
Who would play Link to the Past or Link to Zelda 2.
Give them Link to the Past. Dude, Link to the Past, playing that game still holds up, and it's amazing how well it holds up to this day. This could be an indie game that someone developed as it's like a Link-like game or whatever, and it would still blow a lot of those out of the water. It's so just rich with atmosphere, music, gameplay, everything. The only thing that has going against it is it's only, up, down, left, right movements. You can't do diagonals. And
you can.
No, you can't.
Yes,
can't
you
move
can.
diagonal.
And Link to the Past?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
All
you
right.
can.
All right.
Just FYI, you can.
Prove me wrong, children.
Maybe
Prove
there's
wrong.
two different versions.
The version I can play well and the version Ryan plays poorly.
All right, you show me a diagonal movement and I will shut up.
buddy. Are you playing on an emulator?
No.
I would love to play, I had thought about before making it a goal to like interview some people on this podcast, get them to come play some games, streamers that are playing some of those games for the first time. Because there's some that I watch that are, he's like going through the Metal Gear series for the first time. He's going through the Souls games for the first time. It would be so interesting to talk to people who are playing those games from our past for the very first time and seeing impressions. I want to do that. I'm going to make it a goal to reach out to some streamers and people like that.
It's a good idea.
Try to get them to come play some games and talk to us.
Exciting news. I beat a game.
Which one?
Death's Door.
Oh, nice.
I beat it.
Welcome to the club.
Part of the Death's Door fan beat club. What a awesome game that was. Speaking of Legend of Zelda-esque game, that game it's like a very small snippet Zelda game. It's not like it's because it's not a long game.
Sure,
it took me maybe 10 hours, maybe. The thing is, like, it was once you start figuring out where to go and you're like, okay, I know the path and stuff like that. Everything started clicking and moving so well. All the upgrades you get in the game are just awesome to use. It's just a fun kind of experience. And the music at the end, the final boss, oh my God,
the music
it's
is
so banging. Yeah. It is so good.
So many cool secrets I found in that game myself without having to look at stuff. And it just felt really good.
Yeah.
Which, you know, as a Souls guy, it doesn't happen a lot. I'm looking stuff up in some games.
It's a fantastic game. So I totally recommend it to anyone who hasn't tried it out. It is,
you're recommending it to me?
You should play it.
Would recommend it to you.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to think because, like, do you like having maps though?
I don't care.
Oh, okay. Well,
no. I don't have a strong opinion about maps.
Let's talk about maps.
Sometimes I find that it is inconvenient when they don't exist, and other times I don't care.
So, other than that, I did pick up a new game that I've been starting. It is called Forged in Shadow Torch or Fist. It is it's literally all Forged in Shadows Torch or Fist. It is a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 game. Mm-hmm. You play as a rabbit.
Oh, okay. I know. That's that game.
That has a mechanical arm that you use to beat the every living shit out of things.
When did that come out?
Came out 3 days ago.
Okay, good.
Okay,
yeah.
It is a Metroidvania.
It looks cool.
And it is a fun Metroidvania. It is a very well done Metroidvania game. Nice. Just being able to, because it's Metroidvania, but it has elements of Mega Man X, which I'm super fan of. Like any wall, you could just jump up. Like you don't have to do any sort of weird platforming stuff.
Are there boss battles?
There are boss battles. There's a lot of different upgrades that you get. The first one you get, double jump.
Nice. Do you get powers from the bosses?
No, you find there's a fat bear in the game who's your buddy.
Makes sense.
And he left a bunch of upgrade machines around the world. And it's interesting because it's a 2D platform, it's a three-dimensional game, but it's like a 2D stage wise. Like you can either go left, right, or up, but there's no going down or there's no third dimensional plane.
Sure.
In the level design.
Gotcha.
I'm
sure there's a name for that. I don't know what it is.
2D level.
2D
design,
level with some ups and downs.
So that has been absolutely I've been enjoying that a lot, and
nice.
So
I'm proud of you for beating Death's Door and without a map.
Thank you. I felt accomplished.
Yeah, I love that game.
Yeah,
it's really good. One of the best.
Well, I did look at a walkthrough.
Oh, to find a door.
I couldn't find it.
I would put that game up with. I think Returnal is still my game of the year right now.
Ooh.
But that one's probably in the top 3. I really like Death's Door.
I would put Death's Door. Death's Door is in my top 10 right now of big games of this year.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say a 3 for me. Anyway, Tim, I guess, what have you been playing?
Psychonauts.
You look spaced out.
Oh, yeah, I just played Psychonauts too. Yeah.
Nice.
I got past the part I was stuck on.
Yeah, you said you were.
It's stuck. Still really good. I just haven't beat it yet.
Yeah. You're past the teethy part?
Yeah, that's the first area of the game.
Oh, that's the first.
See, I've gone through, I think, 2 or 3 mines at this point, and finally left the facility that you start in, and now it's kind of this opener worldier area that's very reminiscent of the first game, and it's a lot to take in because there's a lot of areas to go with a lot of platforming in a lot of different areas. So I'm kind of just looking around and getting my bearings, and I'll move forward with the story.
I started that game up actually, and I got through the tooth area, which that thing did not sit well with me.
It's a little fucking there's one part in particular because I went through. I did a little completionism. I did a little bit of completionism, and I ended up going back through it to kind of after I unlocked some new abilities, went back in to complete the area. And there's one part in particular where you have to use your telekinesis ability to grab like this zipper in the wall, and you move the zipper down, and it's actually just intercrossed teeth that are like ripping open, and there's like the gums behind the door, and it's really
sounds like
it literally starts you off in the game with this nightmare of a level.
Am I crazy, or was there a Ren and Stimpy video game that had a teeth level?
I'm sure they did.
I think so.
You're crazy, man.
I remember there was in Ren and Stimpy cartoon, there was a guy who would take the teeth out. He wanted the nerve endings of the teeth, and he'd place it on his nipples or something. And then Nickelodeon goes, "This is brilliant television." We go, "What?" No, it is a good game though. Like I like the idea. I don't know how far they go into this, but like you can connect ideas to someone and change their mind about something.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to make you think that this is what's important. And it's like, that's weirdly creative.
Yeah. Then it keeps on going. They keep on introducing like new concepts and stuff and making it go a little bit deeper in different areas. And now like suddenly I'm dealing with his, so the main character's family are all like acrobats. And so his entire extended family has now visited the compound that he's in, and they're living in like a trailer out in the woods somewhere. And so you're interacting with all of his weird ass family. Now it's a very strange game that's just continuing to stay strange, but also very engaging and very entertaining. So.
I will play those games one day. In the meantime, I've been playing a lot of Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Wrath of the Righteous.
Wrath of the Righteous.
Reich of the Wrathus.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I'm getting more into it, understanding things a little better. There's a lot of mechanics, a lot of D&D like rules and things.
Hey, that sounds right up my alley.
Oh yeah, it's great. Yeah, it is a little overwhelming. I did play Kingmaker for a good 50 hours months and months ago, so I wasn't too inexperienced. But yeah, I'm a blood rager. I got to level 5, so I have my mount now, although I can't mount him yet. He just comes with me. And but my paladin in the party can mount her horse. So that's the story there. And
is that a feat? To like mount?
Yeah, some classes can get a mount and mount it, or just have it as a companion that attacks. And actually, the animal companions have their own stat sheets and get their own level ups and own feats and own subclasses. It's a whole fucking thing. Yeah, it's a lot. So my mount is the bully subclass. The paladin's mount is the aggressor subclass. You can put armor on your mount. So that's where I'm at there. Also been playing in between that more Destiny. Hopping in a Destiny with my friends, more raiding going on.
This is the new raid, right? The new one from the expansion?
The new old raid is the newest one.
They brought back
Vault of Glass, yeah.
Vault of Glass.
But there's still a bunch in there that there's a few that I didn't play a whole lot of that we're jumping into and just doing randomly. I downloaded an emulator to play Ocarina of Time.
Nice.
I've been jumping into that a little bit.
Yeah.
First time I played that when I was a young man, I got stuck at Jabu Jabu's belly and then stopped playing for like 6 years.
6 years.
6 years being stuck in that belly.
I went back, so and then started from scratch. But this isn't as difficult as I thought it was when I was a young man.
I thought you were supposed to be playing Chrono Trigger. What's going on?
Supposed to
We're
be
getting there, but I'm supposed to be playing Resident Evil. So
no, Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Oh yeah, and the Resident Evil.
God damn it!
Resident Evil 2 remake.
Stop putting. I have to keep on listening back to old episodes to remind myself the 15 games that are now in the games I have to play.
I would Resident Evil 2 remake. I think you'll enjoy even more than Metal Gear. I mean, Metal Gear's dated it a bit at this point.
Yeah.
Wait, was it the original Resident Evil remake? The GameCube one? Oh, 2 remake.
Yeah, the newer one
that we want. Okay,
because that game is fucking awesome. The best, probably coolest game I've played in the last week is Demeo.
Yeah.
Welcome to the VR club.
Kenny got his Demio, got his headset and Demio, and my brother who was here last week. You guys remember Isaac, right? And my sister-in-law, his wife. We all sat down. It was Monday night, and it was 9, and we were watching Goonies.
It was my birthday.
Yep, it was your birthday, and we were about 30 minutes into Goonies when Valley's like, "Do you guys want to play a game or something?" And I was like, "Well, we can play Demio if you want." And yeah, let's do that. So I texted Kenny. I was like, "Hey, you up?"
You up?
So we all played a different class. I was the wizard. I did not realize beforehand that Demio...
Come lightning!
Yeah, come lightning, he says.
Oh, God.
I didn't realize until playing it that it was like a deck builder, which I love, actually. It's really cool.
I mean, it's not like you can select besides you purchase cards at the end of an act. Did you enjoy playing the wizard? I
liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. There was a lot of support control stuff I'm doing, but then sometimes you get to hit really fucking hard with the fireball, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I love that game.
I think if you run out of cards with the wizard and then you're just down to your basic card, that's where the wizard's like,
I guess we've never actually explained on this podcast exactly what Demio is.
Please, go ahead, Ken.
Go for it.
You're in VR, and it appears that you're standing at a table with a really elaborate-looking kind of Dungeons & Dragons grid map in front of you that's got all the constructed dungeons and 3D miniatures that you move around in VR with your VR hand, and they're animated. So your little miniatures are animating and doing shit on a grid-based combat thing, and all your combat abilities are with cards. It's like a deck that you have, and you can buy more at the end of each round. It's pretty difficult. It takes tactical teamwork and fun shit, and it's great. I love it.
Yeah. And Ryan, you'll appreciate this. We got to so they've removed the ability to do coin flip on bosses. And so for you, those of you folks out there kind of new to this, there's this rogue ability that's called coin flip that it's literally a 50-50 chance you'll either do 0 damage or 99 damage to a single target.
Basically enough damage to kill anything.
Kill anything in the game. So in the initial version of the game, you could use that on bosses.
Yeah.
You cannot do that anymore. They've removed that from the game.
We would stack those.
Yeah, for real. Like there was one time I played, I had like 6 coins that I bought like over the course of the game because I was playing Rogue, and we just waited until the coin flip was successful.
I got severely unlucky. I played with my brother one time, and I had like 4 of those things and missed every.
Well,
single
even without that, we wiped the floor with the boss.
We were stocked with just really good cards and everything, and the queen just came out in front of all of her allies and never once summoned one of the ones that make her invulnerable.
Really?
So over like 3 rounds,
guys got so lucky.
We destroyed her. Like absolutely destroyed her.
The one thing I do like the idea that it's if you kill the boss, that's it. You don't have to kill everything else in there. Once you beat the boss, it goes cool. You're done.
Yeah.
Like so. Otherwise, you'd be.
But
overwhelmed.
from what I understand, especially I've tried it actually at one point, so we'll have to try this again. The next thing, the Rat King or Rat Sewer or whatever the next one is extremely.
It is very difficult.
Well, I'm looking forward to playing it. So I'll talk about one last thing here, which is the night that after we recorded the podcast last week, and I stayed the night here. Everyone else was sleeping, and I slipped on Tim's VR headset, and I tried a game called Fisherman's Tale.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Okay.
I literally thought you meant you slipped on his VR.
I slipped on the VR.
Yeah. Like he had it on the ground.
You broke it.
And
You
I broke
owe me a
it.
new one.
I was waiting for something. It's like, oh, what?
And I scored
happened?
10 points for breaking Tim's
Oh my
headset, and that was the
God.
game. No. So Fisherman's Tale is a game. It's a VR game. You're a fisherman. You look in the mirror. You see your fisherman self with your fisherman beard, and you're in this cabin. And you look down at the center of your cabin in this room, and there's a little, like a miniature house there that's like a model of a house.
Yeah.
And you pull off the roof, and you see yourself sitting in the house, a miniature version of you. And it's mimicking your movements. So you're like, oh, it's a mini version of me. And then you look up, and you also realize the roof of the cabin you're in came off.
Yeah.
And there's a giant version of you on the outside. So all of that stuff is being mimicked.
That's interesting.
So you can grab a spoon from the sink and drop it in the miniature house, and that means a giant spoon will fall into the house. You know what I mean?
That's really cool.
Yeah. So it's like it's almost like
what's it called?
It's called Fisherman's Tale, and it's like an
what
escape
does it
room.
have to do with fishermen?
Well, you're a fisherman in a cabin, and you're
But that besides that, are you fishing ever? Or?
No, it's a story game. You're a fisherman in a lighthouse who's caught like in a storm or whatever, and you're kind of dealing with being stuck inside.
Yeah, it's like
I
an
kept
escape
picturing like just a fishing game when you said fisherman.
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to have like an analogy going on there about life or something.
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
I only got to the second level, but there are fish that talk to you, and it's voice acted and pretty funny.
Yeah.
A little crab man.
Good, entertaining puzzle game. There's some really cool, really cool VR puzzle games out there. The next one I definitely encourage you to try out would be Oh God, why?
The Room?
Yeah, The Room.
Yeah,
The
I've
Room.
seen that
VR.
one on your
It's
Quest.
excellent. It's really,
I will try
really
that.
good.
But yeah, Fisherman's Tale, recommend.
Yep.
Awesome, man.
Yep.
Well, bitchin'. That's a lot of games.
Yeah, we talked about a
But
lot
not
of games.
enough games.
I think we need a game right this moment.
Please.
Sick of talking about it. I want to fucking play one.
Yes. What do you got?
Well, we've got a game.
Yeah, Kenny, what are we doing?
What do you got?
I think we have a
Yeah, what
game
are we gonna
called,
play?
I guess we'll play that one, Are You Smarter Than Elite Gamer?
Yakety schmackety do.
All right, I have with me three. Count them three. That's not one. That's not two. That's three categories that we're gonna go through.
What are they? What are they?
And I'm gonna tell you those categories as soon as I'm done with my spiel right now. So I have three categories. First category is called half and half. Second category is called DLC. I didn't really come up with a clever name for that. And I really should have come up with a clever. And the final one is Let's Get Downed.
Can we think of a better name for DLC real quick?
Yeah,
We're gonna need a better soundbite for this.
DLC ABCs.
we'll say the
DLC,
ABC,
men.
We'll say the ABCs of DLCs.
Okay.
I think I already used that.
Oh.
in one. That's,
Did you really?
I did a DLC category. I called
Dude,
it DLC
holy crap.
ABCs.
We've done too many of these. We'll call it.
It could be the same thing. It's about DLCs.
Yeah, DLC ABCs. I don't
Yeah.
know. ABC DLC.
It's the
Anyways,
XYZs of it. DLC.
we're keeping all this in.
Yeah, that's
All right. I'm going to flip a coin. Tim, you are heads. Kenny, you are tails. And it is heads.
All right.
All right, Tim, what would you like?
Half and half.
Half and half. All right, guys, we've done synonyms. We've done antonyms. But what if we did half synonym, half antonym?
Oh, no.
It's called half and half.
Oh, my God. So do we get to know which one is first and which one's second? Oh, my God. That's hard.
All right. So are you ready for a half and half?
Not really. But it's Tim's question, so go ahead.
Why not?
All right.
Okay.
All
Were
right.
we talking about dead air earlier?
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
First one is called Gilded Moon.
Moon.
Gilded Moon.
I think that's a board game, so that's definitely not it. Oh man, so moon could be opposite, and that'd be sun. The hell's opposite of gilded? Ungilded?
It would be a synonym. since-
Gilded. Gilded.
Doesn't that mean with like golden tips around them or whatever?
Sure.
Golden sun.
There you are. That is correct.
Amazing.
Is that a game?
Golden Sun. It's
don't know
an
it.
old Game Boy. It's a great
Nice.
great Game Boy Advance RPG. Oh my
There you
god.
go.
Isn't it a board game too?
Maybe.
I don't know. I figured I'd ask you, the
Interesting.
expert.
Rising Sun is a board game.
That's what I was thinking
There
of.
you go.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm a nerd.
I will take
Anyway,
Let's Get Down.
let's get down. I have in my shop a bunch of Phoenix Downs.
Mm.
And I want you to tell me how much it cost per what Final Fantasy game.
Oh, my God.
Holy
So this is...
However, I've made it multiple choice,
Oh.
and I have a card here that has every single one in the order of like all of these in this category. So all you have to do is tell me C or D or what have you
Okay.
for
Okay.
it. So the first one,
Yep.
and I'll just go down the list real quick. It's Final Fantasy 1. How much was the Phoenix Down in Final Fantasy 1? Was it 500 gil, 100 gil, 1000 gil, 300 gil, 150 gil, or only on downed enemies?
I'm going to say... Wait a minute. Only on downed enemies.
Only on killed enemies.
That's not a price.
Kenny loses that question.
Wait, I don't understand. I thought I'm guessing what the cost is in the shop.
Yeah, there may not be a cost in the shop. It may only be received in by a downed enemy.
Oh, so you don't buy it first and then give it to the downed enemy? Is that what you're telling me? Or
Why
wait.
would you give a
Oh,
Phoenix
only.
Down to a downed
I see
enemy?
what you're saying. You pick it up off a corpse like a loot. Is what
Yes.
you're saying.
Oh, I can't look away from
In
this.
that case, I will guess D, 300 gil.
That is incorrect.
Oh, damn it.
All right, half and half.
All right. Worm, spelled WYRM, neglect.
I kind of imagine that the synonym is like dragon, and then the antonym is neglect. Dragon. What's the opposite of neglect? Like care. Dragon Love.
Yes, Dragon Love.
Dragon Age.
That is incorrect. Very close, though. Very close. I'll let it be up to you guys. Do you want this to be a stealable one?
Sure.
I think we've always done that with the synonym.
All right,
antonym ones.
Kenny.
Is it worm or worms?
WYRM, but that I think worm can be plural as well.
Dragon. Well, the only other dragon game I can think of right now is Dragon's Dogma.
That is incorrect.
Wait, is it Drakengard?
What?
Drakengard?
No.
Oh, that'd have been a great answer.
So, the antonym of neglect, one of the antonyms of neglect is quest.
Oh.
Dragon Quest is a game. That's right.
It is a game. Thank you, Kenny.
All I could think of was Dragon Age and Dragon's Dogma for some reason.
An antonym of neglect is quest?
It is indeed.
I guess
right.
if you're, that makes sense. You're on a quest or you're neglecting the quest.
Going on a quest.
You're neglecting going on a quest.
Okay.
I will
Kenny.
take DLC, ABC, DLC, XYZ. Or whatever it's called.
All right. This is a shout it out. So the way this is going to work is this. Kenny, I'm going to start listing off DLC names.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to tell me what game that those DLCs are from.
Oh, multiple of them. Okay.
So basically, I'm going to keep saying stuff, and the first person to shout it out gets the point.
Oof,
now,
okay.
here's the deal. Since Kenny chose it, if he gets it right, he gets 2 points. You would only get one if you do it. So that way, there's a reason why you'd want to
first,
choose this one.
I'll be clever.
All right, ready?
Sure.
Horse armor,
Skyrim.
the orrery.
Oblivion.
That's it.
Amazing.
What the fuck was the second word you said?
The orrery. The orrery. The orrery. ORRERY.
Okay.
The orrery.
I've never heard that word before in my life.
The wizard's tower. The thief's den.
Wasn't Horse Armor the first ever DLC or
Yeah.
something like that? Yeah, on consoles.
It was like $5 or something. Put armor on a horse.
People were not happy about it.
All right. So that is Kenny. All right. Tim.
Let's get down.
Please take all of that Final Fantasy.
Let's get down. Okay. Final Fantasy 2. So Final Fantasy 2, is it 500, 100, 1,000, 300, 150, or only on downed enemies?
Only on downed enemies.
That is incorrect.
Okay. I will take half and half.
All right.
Try one of these mothers.
Sinner's Sequence.
Sinner's Sequence. So opposite of a sinner would be a, oh boy. This is tough. How about sequence? A sequence, a sinner sequence. Sinner, a do-gooder, a hero.
It's just fun listening.
Hero? No, that wouldn't be hero. Sinner, apostle.
Yes.
Sequence. The opposite of a sequence would be like scattered or chaos, maybe, or corrupt. I'm thinking too long. I'm not going to get it.
The only thing I could think of would be something order, maybe.
Oh, that's a good
But I don't
call.
know what the opposite of sinners could be for that. So, what?
If you're a sinner, but you're the opposite of a sinner, you could be a saint.
Right.
Saints Row.
That's it.
Amazing.
I didn't. No one got a point for that. I just rang
Yeah.
the bell anyway.
This is tough. All right, Tim.
Let's get downed.
All right. Final Fantasy 3.
Only on downed enemies.
That is correct.
Yes! I knew it was going to be right eventually.
It's just gonna keep saying.
All right, that was fun. All right, next is Kenny.
I will go DLC shouting match.
All right.
DLC. That's
All
the
right.
name.
Right, ready? And Kasumi, Stolen Memory, Overlord, Arrival, Zaid, The Price of Revenge,
Shin
Skyrim?
Megami Tensei.
Oh.
Project Firewalker,
Morrowind.
Layer of the Shadow Broker.
Oh, Mass Effect 2.
Borderlands?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. I knew it because of the Shadow
Amazing.
Broker.
Yeah, Shadow Broker sounded familiar and I
Yeah.
couldn't remember why.
That was your category,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All right, so you get 2 points for that. All right,
Tim or D.
Tim.
Half and half.
All right, Tim. Deity Rise.
Deity Rise. Godfall.
That is correct.
Oh, nice one.
Never heard of that
Amazing.
game. What is that game?
You never heard of it? It's a
game.
It was one of the first PS5 exclusives that I don't think many people like too much.
Oh,
I never
yeah.
played it.
Sweet.
Cool.
I'm glad I have to go with my gut on these.
Just go for it.
Can you remind me? Did you start in order of the Final Fantasies? Did you start at 1 and you're going
Yeah.
up, or are you going random?
That's why I'm trying, because I think that basically it does follow some trends
Right.
and patterns.
So I'll have to
I thought
strategically
by you
remember.
guys strategically remembering it would help, but I don't know if
So I
that's
think
working.
the next one is 5 or 6, so I'll wait on that, and I'll try a half and half.
All right. This is the last half and half.
Oh boy, that means it's hard.
I like this one a lot, though. Life orphaning.
I know this.
Yeah.
Death Stranding.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's funny because I never thought of a way that Stranding was a real word, but you just figured out how it's a real word.
There you go. All right. Good job. Back to Tim.
Let's try another DLC.
All right. Automatron. Wasteland
Fallout
Workshop.
4.
That is correct.
Amazing.
I played all those
Yeah.
like an asshole.
I got the Fallout Legendary Edition.
Yeah, I paid for them one by one.
There you go.
That's going to be a recurring theme. Just in that category, I will have paid for the Legendary Edition.
Did you build your own robot?
Yeah, I think
companion?
so.
Yeah, okay.
With what's her name? Ava?
Eva.
Right. Eva.
Eva.
Abba?
That game's so fun.
Sure.
Ada.
Ada Wong.
Wasn't that her
that's
name?
Resident
The
Evil.
robot in Automaton was A-DA?
Might
or,
be. Point
yeah.
for you.
There we go.
No,
You
I
get
don't
a
know. I don't remember that.
All
I
right.
think it's 10. I just picked that, right?
It's
I think I picked that one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
you did? Okay.
It was a shout
All
out.
right,
So Kenny.
Is there more of those left?
Yeah.
Shout it out. Let's shout.
All right. Shout it out. All right. Outlaws to the End. Legends and Killers pack. Liars and Cheats pack. Free Roam pack. Deadly Assassin outfit. Golden Assassin outfit.
Assassin's Creed Origins.
Warhorse.
Assassin's
Oh,
Creed
Warhorse.
Odyssey.
Myths and Mavericks.
Assassin's Creed 2. I don't know.
I know Warhorse. What
I'm
is
going to
that?
say one more, and you guys are
Guild
both
Wars
going to
2.
say the answer to it.
Okay.
Undead Nightmare pack.
Red Dead Redemption.
There it is.
Oh.
Amazing.
I remember last time I did a DLC category. I realized that Tim didn't know what Undead Nightmare was, and I was surprised.
Yeah, I had forgotten again, and you just reminded me.
Wait, was that was your category?
That was mine.
That was yours, so you get two. All right, there we go. That was mine.
I just pointed the mic into
All
my
right,
mouth.
All right.
Let's get downed.
All right. Final Fantasy V.
300 gil.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
It was 1,000 gil. 1,000.
So
It
let's
went
review again.
really
Yeah, I wanna
tough.
review as well. I'm
500 to
interested.
500.
500, 500. Then it went to only down.
Uh-huh.
Then it went to 100. Then it went to 1,000.
If there's a pattern, I have not found it yet.
Don't worry, it's coming. No, it's not.
DLC XYZs.
All right. Temerian armor set,
Oh.
beard and hairstyle set. Nilfgaardian.
Witcher 3.
That's it.
I was about to say it. God damn it.
Amazing.
Let's get down. I'm a glutton for punishment. What can I say?
Man. Well, we're on your fave.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 6.
500 gil.
That is correct.
I thought so. Yeah. I
Amazing.
actually did think I knew that one. That'll be the end of the ones that I think I know, though.
Okay.
I might know. Well, no, I probably remember.
Because we're going to 7 next.
7 remake better than
Do you have like the whole list of
It goes
every
to 10.
Oh, okay, up to 10.
I'll try Final Fantasy 7. Let's try it.
All right. What do you think?
Let me consult the bones. I mean, the notepad that has the answers. Okay, Final Fantasy.
So
7
remember, Final Fantasy 6 was 500.
was 500.
And remember, Final Fantasy 7, they went into the PlayStation world. Maybe it cost more.
Maybe.
Maybe it did.
I think it was. If I remember right, it was kind of an expensive thing to get a Phoenix down. I'm going to say 1,000.
That is incorrect. Bummer. It was actually 300 gil. It actually cheapened.
Wow. I wonder what it was in.
What an idiot!
I wonder what it was in remake.
DLC.
All right, last DLC. Captain Scarlet and her pirate booty.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Mr. Tongue's Campaign of Carnage.
You mean Mr. Torg, Borderlands 2, man?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
I did say that wrong.
Duff Man.
Can't breathe. Oh, no.
Sir Hammerlock's Big Game Hunt.
Yeah. Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
Talk about that later.
Talk about that later. Yeah.
We will talk about that later.
Should be the name of this
Well,
episode.
now it's everyone. Let's get down, guys.
Let's get down.
Let's
with your
down
bad
it.
self.
All right,
Which one is it?
8.
8?
Mhm.
Oh, 1,000.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
Kenny 9.
I played 9 for 10 minutes.
So you should know this.
I should know this. Okay. Okay. We went from 500 to 300.
There, news spoiler alert. There's no pattern to this.
I'm going to say we go back to 500.
That is incorrect.
All right.
Changing 500.
FF8, by the way, was 500. FF9 was 150.
Wow.
FF10.
100.
That is correct.
Wow.
Amazing.
Knew it the whole time. I was
However,
just messing with you.
Kenny, with a score of 9 to Tim's 6, is the victor.
Blab.
And let us never talk about this category again.
That was luck, Kenny.
Yeah.
Lucky that I kept on choosing the Final Fantasy one.
Yeah, I am lucky.
I was going more for the pun than the fun.
Yeah.
boy.
Well, I thought you would get way more of those than I did.
I don't want to debate this week.
Do you want to?
Okay.
I don't want to.
We're
I
not.
don't want to.
Wait, you don't want to?
No, I want to do something else.
Oh, I see. You're setting up the fact that we're not doing a debate. Yeah. Okay, Tim. I feel you, buddy. Why don't we talk about the PlayStation
No.
Showcase?
That gets a flawless segue. That gets a flawless segue.
Okay, fine.
Flawless segue.
Aw,
That's
it feels so flawless.
You have your own list?
Yeah, I got my own list of my thoughts. I walked around today watching the video and thoughts about every single game
wow.
in the Sony event.
Well, do you want to take the helm then? I won't use my order. You can do it.
Well,
Oh, bitching, why not? I mean, I
do
went
you guys
in
want to
game
go
order.
game by game?
I did game by game, so
right, let's do it.
I can literally
So
take you through this.
open
okay,
us up.
imagine we're all just sitting there messaging one another.
Imagine I'm at work
This
watching
shouldn't-
this.
I was
This
at work.
shouldn't be
With
difficult to
Kenny
imagine
and
because
Tim.
this is exactly what we did. We sat around talking to one another while this was happening. And it's funny to you listeners at home because sometimes, and I used to bitch about this when we first started this podcast about how like we kind of want to talk about stuff, but at the same time don't want to say too much because we
Yeah.
want to keep it into our bellies so we can have you people enjoy what we have to say about it. So a lot of the stuff is stuff we haven't said already. I'm kind of excited. All right. So the first thing that pops up the screen is Lucasfilm. All right. Are you sold immediately when you see Lucasfilm?
Well, it's been a while.
Yeah. There's
I-
only 128 games in the.
Do they go through the? Was it Lucas? It was Lucasfilm. It wasn't Lucas LucasArts. That company no longer exists.
I think
right?
that's
So-
gone. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I mean, like, so okay. So my immediate thought. When
Spoiler
I see,
alert! By the way, we're talking about Knights of the Old Republic here.
Right.
Yeah.
My immediate thought is, oh, they're bringing what was that Star Wars game that came out?
Fallen Order.
Fallen
Jedi
Order to PS5. I'm like, oh, cool. All right, they're gonna bring that over to PS5.
Or a sequel, I thought was possible.
Yeah,
when I
and
saw
then
it.
when you see kind of the outline, because it was clearly the Revan kind of reveal.
Yeah.
But like when you see that classic kind of like logo kind of coming up and stuff like that.
Let's talk about this and assume we don't have listeners under the age of 30. Is saying Revan reveal at the beginning of it, is that any type of spoilery thing? By the way, kids, don't listen to this if you're really looking forward to playing Knights of the Old Republic.
No, Revan is not a spoiler.
Okay.
I don't know. I've never played it. I played the first 10 minutes.
Revan
or so
is
once.
the antagonist of the game.
And since I've never played it,
If you want me to spoil it, I will.
since I've never played it, I'm excited to play that one. It's
Okay,
probably near the top of the
See, I
stuff it's like for.
have played
Yeah.
it. I played the original one, and the original style of it was like BioWare
Yeah.
style kind of
Yeah.
thing. You know what I mean? Like active and pause
It was-
combat kind of thing.
I
Do you
like-
think they'll do
I
that again? for
Kind
this one?
of like that system a lot, actually. I
do
remember
too.
really digging it because it's like you could set your order of like, oh yeah, you move and then go. I want to do a regular swipe, a heavy attack, and then I want to do my force push.
How deep do you like that kind of? How deep do you kind of like that that setup, not just for yourself but also for your allies of like programming. How
I
do you
love
feel
it.
about that? Okay.
I
really like that in Dragon Age Origins.
I think it's such a great concept to be like, cool, you're going to hit, then you're going to do like a uppercut, then you're going to do like a push or something
if
like
my HP is greater than
Yeah,
or
yeah.
less
Oh,
than or equal
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
20%,
yeah.
use
heal,
health potion.
Heal me. Yeah.
And you fuck it up on accident and you only heal that person instead of you. So you
Because
end up
it
dying
gives
anyways.
it more of a strategy to go like, okay, yeah, like if I'm getting to a point where I'm having a hard time, you give me this. Like, so that way I don't have to worry about pausing the game and doing that.
Yeah,
It'll just
yeah.
automatically.
Do either of you remember or know which company is remaking that game? Or is it just Lucasfilm does not they don't have their own
we need
studio,
fact
right?
checkers.
I'm checking here.
Well,
Fact checker.
it doesn't matter. I was just going to say that more than being excited for the game itself, because I've never played it, I'm just curious to see what a remade BioWare game looks like. An
Asper
old one.
and BioWare. No, wait, that's the original one.
Because these mechanics are kind of close to Mass Effect 1, right? Because this came out right before that was the...
No. Mass Effect 1 is
Well, as far as the engine, isn't it kind of... Oh, it's not?
No.
I thought they were kind of similar.
So Mass Effect 1 is live action. Like it's happening all in real time.
Sure.
In KOTOR, it's more pause, make your selections, move your guys, unpause.
Oh.
They start doing their actions.
I really didn't play that game
I
very
swear
long.
to God, though, if they do change that, I'm going to be very pissed because I like that system a lot.
Interesting.
I think-
just to answer this question real quick, EA was basically asked who is doing it, and it's not BioWare or Electronic Arts.
Right.
Yeah.
So they haven't said?
Apparently?
Weird.
So someone just got on the Sony platform and was like, yeah, I'm going
It's
to put a
coming.
little trailer in here.
Yeah, I think in a remake like that, I would think they're going to give you an option for either, like how you can play Final Fantasy Remake, kind of turn-based if you want to, sort of by pausing action.
Can we talk about how weird it is that KOTOR came out originally on Xbox, like it was Xbox exclusive,
Right.
and then it's coming out as a remake only for PlayStation
That
exclusive?
is weird, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
I'm pretty psyched for a Fallen Order 2 as well. That game was really
Yeah.
good. Did you play that?
No, I watched some gameplay of it. It didn't super look like something I'd be interested in. And for me, the Lucas IP does not sell a game for me automatically. Like it just, all my love of Star Wars growing up was literally from the original movies, and it's never translated to any other form of media ever.
You know, to answer your question of what was your first thought when it came up, because I'm an idiot, I thought the Harry Potter game. I was like, wait a minute, no, this is Lucas.
Imagine if George Lucas directed Harry Potter. It's just be like, we need more stiff acting.
I don't know why.
Harry, can you talk about how much you hate sand?
I don't know why that was the first thing I thought.
All right.
So yeah,
Next
so that
game,
was KOTOR remake.
Eve.
Eve.
You guys remember Eve?
I do.
Yeah.
Very
Generic looking.
Was it generic?
I don't know. I thought there were some cool enemy
Felt
designs.
like it looked.
I might as well. You might as well have called that Devil May Cry. And
I typed out generic on my little description thing on my little phone thing, and then I backspaced it because it doesn't look generic. It looks extremely action packed. It looks like
it looks
there's
cookie cutter action game.
guess.
It looks
I don't know. The environments that they were dealing with were all very diverse. Some of the enemies were fucking massive. Did you see that big cut real quick where there was like the massive alien that was covering the space station?
And with that massive one with the circular head, weird shit. Yeah, I thought they had some cool looking enemy designs.
Bayonetta meets Devil May Cry.
I think it's going to fall on the gameplay. I mean, I'm interested in the
that
design.
gameplay just didn't look that. I mean, it looked.
They'd have to sell me with something. You know what I mean? Like
I'm not feeling anything from this.
There was it did look like it had maybe some unique platforming in it for one, and then but the one thing that gets me hate on this it doesn't matter, whatever.
Yes.
Will it be in English? Will it be Japanese?
Go back to your country.
You know, that's fine overall, but I would have a better experience if it was in English. I just know that about myself. I would prefer to hear the thing.
I want
talk
to
at
hear
me.
that really bad voice acting coming from
Whatever. It's not necessarily going to be bad. I mean, there's a lot of games that are made in Japan that have wonderful, voice actors that read good scripts. So
it's very possible. Who?
And it's okay if it's going to be a
checker. Who's making this game?
Oh, God damn it!
We probably should have had the all the people who were.
That might be on mine.
It's called
CCP Games.
See, like it's so wild because KOTOR remake is kind of like
Founded in
ambiguous. Like who's
Wait,
developing?
that's EVE Online.
Oh, EVE Online.
Eve Online. It actually, when I first saw it, I'm like, it looked like the character from Parasite Eve, and I'm like, is this
No,
in
it's
the
called
universe
Project
of Parasite
Eve.
Eve?
Project Eve, right. You're right. Some of it looks a little generic.
Shift
Some
up.
enemy stuff look cool to me. I think
Shift up.
Shift up.
Okay.
Whether it's a game I'll like, it will depend on how the gameplay feels, I think. If it feels really good, maybe I will play it. I don't know.
Sorry out there, everybody. It's apparently a Korean studio, not a Japanese
One,
one.
but either way, yeah, still didn't understand.
You know what
they were
that
saying.
means? Microtransactions.
Oh, never mind. It's going to be in Korean. We're cool.
We're cool. We're cool.
I do, yes.
All right. So yeah, that was that was.
Well, here I'm excited about the
Luke's
next one.
warm. Okay.
Luke.
Tiny Tina's Adventures
yeah.
in Wonderland, or whatever this fucking game is
Now,
called.
is that a PlayStation exclusive, or is that coming out to multiple consoles? Because, like, I thought the whole point of the showcase was like, oh, here's all the exclusives coming to PlayStation, but like, I'm pretty sure that one's coming to multiple.
I don't think they ever said, here's all the exclusives coming to PlayStation. They said stuff coming to PlayStation and third-party stuff was their pitch for it.
That's going to be on everything.
Okay. So it's weird, right? Because like in the trailer, it showed this overworld kind of thing that looked like it was like a top-down RPG for a second, and then all of a sudden you're looking at Borderlands gameplay. You're like, okay, so is it like you have an overworld where you're walking around, and then when you have like a random encounter or something like that, it goes into a Borderlands
that's interesting
style.
thought. Ooh. Yeah.
Random encounters.
Oh my God! Random encounters.
Oh man, maybe you never know,
Does
man. They
anyone
might
miss those.
They might do some fourth wall shit and be like, have one random encounter and be like, nah, fuck that, I'm not doing random. However she talks.
That actually probably would be
Sounds
what
like
she
her,
would
actually.
say.
That's pretty good.
Tiny Tina would say that.
So yeah, we did confirm that there is at least some Borderlands-like gameplay in it.
Yeah.
I like the idea. I sincerely like the idea of taking the fantasy, magical element of everything, and then throwing guns in it too. I think that's novel. I think it's fun. I totally dig it, and I think the game looks beautiful. Also, the trailer for it had Baby Metal playing, which I totally approve of because I love Baby Metal. I was wearing a Baby Metal shirt earlier today. I'm not anymore.
If it's an expanded version of that DLC, which I'm pretty confident it is, then I'm psyched.
And the trailer definitely said, "Build your party, bring your friends, dude, sort of thing." So
Right.
it's going to be.
If it did not allow multiplayer, then it would be the
totally
worst
will.
Borderlands game that's come out.
So yeah,
I wonder how much other D&D stuff they're going to tie into.
Who knows?
that's a good question. I
Do you
wonder
think
how
they're
they
partnering
actually
up with like wizards or something?
That's
for
what,
this,
well,
or-
obviously it's D&D themed, but I meant like mechanic wise.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I doubt
like,
it. I doubt it.
Classes.
Yeah. They would have thrown that out there already.
That
kind of
would
thing,
be
if there was
amazing
some sort
though
of
if
relation between the
they
two of them.
partner and it's like, oh, you get werebears and you get like.
Well, here's the
He's just
thing.
having a wet dream with that. I wonder how many classes are going to be
Oh
in
my
this
God.
game.
Yeah, well, you do have classes in Borderlands
Kenny's
already.
already planned.
48 classes.
Kenny's already planned a multi-class to get a prestige.
In Borderlands, there is, commando, sniper, or the newer one, it was
Right.
different stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll take it and do mage, rogue. you know
Yeah,
what I
I'm
mean?
sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they essentially are. Like Siren was like a spellcaster, and
I can see it. I could see myself playing that game.
I'm willing to bet that's going to come to Game Pass. I'm going to put money that's going
sounds
to
like
come
a
to
Game
Game
Pass
Pass.
game,
So
yeah.
I will play that on Game Pass when it comes
That
out.
could be very cool. Yeah. All right.
Thumbs up for that one.
Cool.
Yeah.
How about the New Age kid in King Arthur's court with magic? It's called Forspoken.
Oh, yes. Forspoken looks awesome.
The
When I
modern day
first-
woman thrown back
When
into
that trailer first started, I'm like, oh, is this another Life is Strange game? And then it was like, oh, okay, we're getting threats. Oh, it's this game. Forspoken looks amazing. I think that they are, and to kind of go back to what we were originally talking about at the beginning of this podcast, that tech demo for Unreal, just watch the frickin' gameplay of Forspoken and tell me there isn't there's something there.
You know what I'm sincerely worried about? That the writing is going to suck.
Eh.
The few one-liners that they kind of threw out
Yeah.
in the trailer made me cringe a little.
You know how
bit.
you
I was
resolve
not a
that,
big
Tim?
fan.
You turn the audio down.
Well, no.
Crank a podcast.
Yeah, well,
while
you
you're
do that,
playing.
and how you
What
resolve
podcast should I listen to, gents?
that is never expect the writing in a game to be good,
Yeah.
like me.
Yeah.
And then you're pleasantly surprised when there is
Kenny,
one.
let me ask you something. In Death's Door, when you beat it, do you even know who that final boss was, or did you?
No.
Were you like, oh, it's you?
Yeah, I
It's
was just like,
sure.
it's you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so you don't have the answer.
No, I haven't.
The writing does not have to be verbose. The
I want to
ideas
just play
have-
a game. I don't.
The
care
ideas
about a
have to be engaging, okay? You know what Hades was about. It's not a long-winded story,
Sure.
but you know what Hades is about because it
I
was
really
written well
don't.
and it was created well, okay? Like you didn't have to like stop and listen to what each of the gods have to say, but you definitely knew what was happening in the game and what your goal was, just because it was given to you in such a way that it was entertaining. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it has to be verbose and it has to be a well-written novel. I'm just saying like bring me in with something and keep me there and don't let it be majority made up words kind of thing that I'm never going to remember anyways on made up plane of existence that doesn't make any sense
I don't
to me.
think I mean, watching that trailer, I didn't really find any like oofs moments where I was listening to dialogue and going, well, this is going to suck. So, I mean, I don't know.
I'm
Maybe
getting spoiled by Psychonauts is the thing.
Oh yeah.
but Psychonauts has some weird oof writing too that I've encountered. So
Fair.
I mean, but it's supposed to be. I think that's the point of Psychonauts. It's supposed to have those kind of weird writings. So,
But that's my point. That's what I'm saying too.
Yeah.
That kind of feeds into that point because it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be
it may
like
have been
reading
stiff.
a novel.
I think I when I was listening to it, there could have been like maybe more emote. I guess it's like, hey, you've been thrusted into a world of magic. Feel surprised more than what's happening.
And maybe that was it.
But maybe I don't know. I mean, it's not coming out till spring of next year, so
they have time.
They have time.
Yeah, I'd like to see what it looks like running with the HUD and what, you know what I mean, other than it being a third-person action
that's
game.
always the thing too, because when they show the gameplay footage,
Yeah.
they never will show you the HUD early on, so you're just gonna get the kind of idea of what.
So I'm excited to
combat
get a
will be.
deeper dive on that one, and I'm intrigued by it.
Yeah,
That's my answer, Tim.
That's interesting. So, are there any games out there where, like, when you get into like the big action, maybe you can make the HUD go?
Oh
away
yeah,
if you feel
absolutely.
comfortable with the controls.
Assassin's Creed, I think you could just turn the HUD right off if you want.
Last of Us 2, you can
turn
do
the HUD
that.
right off.
You turn the HUD off. You gotta turn it.
I just never thought about that before.
I think there's a lot of cinematic games where you can do that now.
Yeah, absolutely. They have the option in a lot of the games. Where
Red
it's
Dead
just
2,
like,
I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want a cinematic experience.
Fair enough. Okay. All right, guys. I know we're all excited about this one. Rainbow Six.
Yay!
I don't think you guys could. Yeah, like you couldn't just see the look between all of our faces.
Next.
Just like the pure sarcasm.
I'm sure there are some
and
Rainbow
disdain
Six
in the
fans
air.
out there.
Look, I mean, I played a little Siege, and Siege is a pretty cool game. Rainbow Six Vegas is a fantastic game back in Xbox days, Xbox 360. But it literally could not interest me more.
Nothing. I know nothing about the series, and
Yeah.
still, this trailer did not turn me on at
I
all.
don't
Like
know
there was
what
nothing about it that looked like, oh, this looks really cool. This
You just
looks really
said this
unique.
could
looks
not
fun.
interest me more.
This could not interest me more.
Good,
So
good.
is that does that
could
wait?
not-
Could this not if I said not interest me more,
So
then
you
it would interest me. But I said this could not interest me more.
This could
That
not
means
interest me
that-
less. Isn't that?
No,
This could not interest me more? It could interest me more.
it can't interest me more.
I'm not even
Yeah.
paying attention to what you guys are saying. 'Cause I'm just going to let you duke this out.
Kenny,
It is the most generic.
Hey, if
looking
you
thing
know which one
compared
Ryan's
to-
trying to say, go ahead and write in with the Leetist podcast on Twitter.
I rolled a heads. All right, Kenny, it could not.
All right,
I couldn't
So-
give a shit about this game.
Yeah, that works.
you could.
couldn't.
My take is Rainbow Six, whatever.
Look.
It could interest me more, but
Yeah?
it's not.
Okay.
Valheim.
Yeah, I just think it's very,
you.
very generic looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys both seem like at least somewhat excited about this. I'm not familiar with the game, but Alan Wake.
I do
the-
not care
the
about
remake.
that game at all.
I didn't until I played the Control DLC, and now I'm interested.
The what?
Control
No, from
DLC.
the-
It's part of Control.
It's part of the
Yeah,
same universe.
Same,
yeah.
same
Gotcha.
developers.
Okay. All right. I did not know that.
No one knew that for sure until that DLC came out.
Oh.
There was hints, tiny little hints, and then that confirmed it for sure.
Okay.
They share a universe. The second Control DLC is an Alan Wake story.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's cool.
All right.
Yeah.
rock and roll.
And I'll play it.
I mean, I'm sure they're setting it up because they're probably never going to do a sequel to the game. So they're probably like, all right, here's the remaster.
I've heard good things about it. I've never played it, and
Yeah.
I wasn't really Was that an Xbox exclusive?
I don't know.
Yes.
I always thought of
was
Alan
Alan
Wake as an
Wake?
Xbox game. I don't
Yeah.
know why.
I Actually, this game makes me want to go back for this year alone.
Yes, it was
and see
Xbox
how many
exclusive.
remakes and remasters came out or were announced during this year, because I'm pretty sure we've hit this.
There was a lot.
I think this year more than any other year,
Yeah.
it's been
The game seems to start following
fucking
the
stop.
movies. A
And there's
little
also
bit.
that news
Yeah.
of the Last of Us 1 remake, which everyone...
You gotta be kidding me! Seriously,
You didn't hear that? We didn't talk about that
Oh my
once?
god!
No.
Yeah. So
I don't want to talk about this.
it's
Could you
just
say
a
that
crazy
you couldn't
story.
care more about?
So they're
this?
just what update the graphics kind of thing? Or
No,
they
like a
wanna-
remake, like not just an upgrade. Like apparently a remake of The Last of Us 1 is being worked on, and it came out
When
at the
did
same
that
time.
game come out?
The news that the Days Gone people wanted to make a sequel, and they got denied the ability to make their sequel, and instead a lot of that team got put on a Last of Us 1 remake. And that news came out a couple months ago, and everyone was like, "What the fuck? Like, what are you doing over there?"
What year did The Last of Us come out in?
2013.
Oh, I guess, yeah, 8 years. It's due for a remake. Whatever.
Worked for Spider-Man.
It's
That's
insane.
true, actually. Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out, and then like 3 years later was the new Spider-Man. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I don't have the same disdain for Skyrim continuously being released on things as I do
a Grand Theft
Grand
Auto
Theft
5.
Auto 5.
Yes, I 100% agree. There's something about Grand Theft Auto 5 coming out to every console that I go, who fucking cares?
Somebody's gotta. You know what I mean? Like,
Well-
clearly this has got to be worth it somehow. And I am clearly not the target audience here.
No.
Because I almost am willing to buy Skyrim for a fishing game. All right. But I'm like, oh my God, maybe it may have to do with the fact that I am super duper ready for the next GTA.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And I'm not ready for the next Elder Scrolls game. I don't want another Elder Scrolls game. I don't want them to ruin my franchise.
Do you think Skyrim was their
Peak?
their
Magnum
peak,
opus?
Magnum, thank you.
Maybe
Maybe
fucking good.
It may be.
Like, I guess I think that was enough. I think that was all we're going to get out of Todd, just as like
Gotcha.
the head of this.
That was
thing, kinda thing.
like his home run,
right.
And now it's like, okay, you can sit down. We can. Bench
I hope
you.
you're wrong about that, but maybe.
Well, that's what when I say that, I mean Todd being in charge. Right?
Right.
So now that he's under a little bit more scrutiny and maybe has to come out with. Maybe they're just going to start saying chug out fucking games because we're Microsoft.
I don't
and we
think
make a bunch of
so.
money.
I don't think Phil Spencer would do that with Todd. Like, I think that I think he's going to let Todd be Todd. But like, if they take their time with this game, which it seems like they are.
Which one?
Well, Elder Scrolls 6, but then also Starfield.
Starfield, yeah.
He's working on both, right? Or is he only working on one of them?
As far as I know, Bethesda's main studio is doing both of those games. They're like a team.
Yeah,
that's.
I just don't know which one.
But Elder Scrolls is
Todd-
going to be
Todd's
after. I think.
over-
I think
yeah.
those are both Todd games.
Yeah, I mean, also that's another game that I really could not give two shits
Which one?
about. Starfield.
I
really
don't
could
know if
not.
I give a shit about it yet because I haven't seen it.
It's one of the. Well, that's not.
I
part
need
of
a
the Sony
recovery
thing.
play after
Yeah.
Fallout 76. I need to see their studio.
They
do something
fumbled.
that's-
They fumbled pretty bad.
Yeah, I need to feel
But
reinvigorated
for
by the company.
my opinion, they fumbled on Fallout 4, which I know you love Fallout 4.
Like I said, there's things I really love about Fallout, and there's things I really hate about it. So
Because it's bad when New Vegas, which wasn't even developed by Bethesda, it was the other company. ZeniMax. Like they did a better job with the Fallout series than what Bethesda had been doing.
Obsidian.
And I'm like,
Obsidian, I'm sorry.
That's it.
Yeah.
Obsidian. ZeniMax is the
ESO.
Thank you.
Arcane.
That's the weird thing. It's like, do you think that maybe it's like, okay, we know that Obsidian, you have it in the right hands. That's the company you should go for making these games.
In fairness, Fallout 3 was the structure and base.
Correct.
That
Correct.
Obsidian took it improved upon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was in a way, it was like a collaborative effort. You know what I mean? Who knows? Well, okay, so we saw what's it? Outer Worlds.
Yep. No. Outer Wilds was
Rim.
the answer to one of your
Whichever
questions.
one it was. Come out, and it didn't have, to me, it didn't have the same appeal. Like
I loved it.
You know, they didn't.
I loved it.
I mean, I didn't love it in any way, shape, or form like I love New Vegas.
Yeah,
Correct.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because I've gone back and replayed New Vegas shit ton of times. I have beat Outer Worlds and gone, maybe I'll return to that world. Maybe.
You got me thinking about what I hold on, I'm really excited about this. You got me thinking about
I like how this came spurred from Grand Theft Auto 5.
Well, I like
so-
how this went from PlayStation Showcase to all these
Let's talk about
companies not on
Microsoft.
PlayStation.
all right, never mind. Fuck, we'll move on to the
No,
next
no,
one.
I was going to say that,
Flawless
that
segue.
GTA 5 is a game that most casual gamers get a new console.
Yeah.
They want GTA 5.
Yeah,
Why?
that's fair. That's absolutely fair.
But why?
That's just the
It's
world.
an awesome. Don't get me wrong. It's an awesome game.
Yeah.
But is it for the actual like Grand Theft Auto 5 or for Grand Theft Auto Online? It's like the same thing I think about. Like, do
I have a
people play
feeling-
Red Dead
well-
Redemption 2 or Red Dead Online more? Like,
GTA Online is extremely popular.
Yeah.
It continues
is, like,
to be
the
incredibly
epitome
popular
of,
on,
like,
on
the,
Twitch.
like online sandbox.
Yeah,
game, right?
like it's hugely popular.
Yeah.
I mean, what people are doing on there, I have no fucking clue because I don't do it.
have you ever tried it out?
I think one time I got in,
Yeah.
but it was in the early stages of it where it was just like
Yeah.
It takes forever to get into a
Community
match
heist
and
thing and,
fucking
yeah.
get people together. And,
Yeah.
But it's fun.
So, I mean, I'm sure there is an enormous drawing power that is a part of the game that I'm not interested in doing. And that's why this feels very personal to me about being more, turned on with an idea of a new Skyrim than a GTA 5. So I'm sure that trailer blew away a lot of people. Cool. Not even blew away, but made it go, sweet. All right, cool. I can play this on the new gen. That's what I want.
Yeah.
But for me,
I just don't know if what they're trying to elicit a response for going like, here's a game that Grand Theft Auto 5 came out.
Here's a game.
Well, here's a game. Grand Theft Auto 5 came out before Skyrim, right?
Meh.
No, after.
Oh, wow.
That's why I said America, because I don't know the
Mer.
answer to that.
1 year after.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah, 1
year
year.
after.
Yeah, because it was
Jesus.
2012. No, I thought it was 2011. that,
Skyrim's 2011 or 12, and then GTA 5 is definitely 2013.
Skyrim was 11.
There you go.
And
That's
GTA
brilliant.
was, I'm going to say,
They did that on purpose.
what assholes.
November 2013
Between
or
the
September.
first
I don't
and
know.
last of
October.
So
All right.
the
what
next
else
one.
happened?
All right, maybe. Okay, so Ghostwire.
Yeah,
the next one?
I'm actually excited about that game. I think that one
Why?
looks good.
Not to say why. I'm saying explain to me why to get excited about this. 'Cause I don't
it's
get
a
it.
very interesting concept because it's like a kind of a stealth, like kind of fighting, like magic game, but it's done in a horror style. So it's like basically this Japanese or what have you, like kind of style.
I have a Japanese.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh. How old is it?
I think I'm turning Japanese.
I really
think
think so.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a Japanese game, and it looks a little weird.
I think it has some interesting premises with just like how it's handling it, like creatures in that world. And I don't know much more about it because they haven't really shown much. But like from what I've seen, I'm like, okay, I'm interested. Once you get into official gameplay of like how everything kind of comes together, that's when I'm going to make my final assessment. But right now, it's on my radar.
I would say the exact same thing.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
could you say you couldn't care more for it?
I would
Yeah,
say
I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't know how to feel about it because it just looked kind of loud and polygonal.
To be fair, the
polygonal.
narrator on that just kept screaming.
Yeah. Hey, I guess there's some horror elements to it that look
Yeah.
kind of neat, and then he'd end up in a room that's all white with things shattering.
my assessment is I could care more.
I could
about
care more,
Ghostwire
yeah.
Could care
Tokyo,
more.
and I might at some point.
I currently care much less.
I could care less more.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So Ryan, you've pooped on this idea, but I personally am pretty excited for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah,
I think it looks really fun, and I have not found a thing about it yet that makes me go, well, this looks low effort.
I will not at all poo-poo anyone's opinion on their thoughts on a game.
No. I'm talking about your feelings on the game.
Oh, I just think it looks bad.
What looks bad about it to you?
It looks like here's the Guardians of the Galaxy where you have a story where, they're going and doing what seems like a lot of the dialogue and comedy is what you get from the movies, right? So it seems like it's kind of retreading some of that. But on top of that, if I'm playing a Guardians of the Galaxy game, I want to play with all the characters. And this game only plays Peter Quill.
Okay. How do you know?
They've already said that.
Right.
Not in this trailer, but I've looked it up.
Right.
And you can tell what you want your teammates to do, but it's just you as
But that's enough. Just that idea is enough for you to not.
I just don't understand why you wouldn't give me the ability to play as the other Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, why would you make me stay with
Maybe
Star
I learned
Lord?
lessons from the Avengers game that failed fucking miserably, where you could play as anybody.
Well, it's a different kind of game.
Well,
too,
no, you could.
Just a thought.
You didn't switch between multiple.
Right, but you
and
could play anybody.
You could play anyone.
Right.
I guess maybe that is part of it, though. Honestly, it's not made by the same people. To be fair, it's not. This is.
But that's
not
also
a Square
not to say-
Enix game, right? Or is it a Square Enix?
You could do
game?
something really interesting by having breakups in how you play the game and stuff, by having you constantly team up with different members to do different synergies together, to do different, and maybe that's what makes the game feel diverse. I'm just throwing this out there as an idea of what could make it okay that you're just playing as him kind of thing.
So I think that it's gonna have like those kind of fun, like, hey, we're doing silly things. Let's play a song that kind of is a counter song to what the action that's currently happening in. So it's like happy song with
I know what you're
really
talking about.
dire stuff like that.
Yeah.
Peter Quill's faking he's having a heart attack, right? So it's like, these are things that were kind of staples of like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's just fun, whatever.
So you've looked into it a little bit. Do you know if like you're leveling up and giving abilities to your companions?
I don't know that much.
Okay.
How many classes can you be?
You can multi-class and become a Beastmaster. I don't know.
I think controlling
it's
just him, it's like it could still be good.
Like if I
So
thought
this game-
if
so
my
this
problem
game
was
to
a
me-
game that if my problem with a game was that you could only play as as the same person throughout the entire game, that would severely limit how many games I could play.
Well, no. But I'm thinking in the context of the license. So the license is like, it's okay. Take this for example. If there's a Fantastic Four game, but you're only playing as Mr. Fantastic, and it's like, but there's the Human Torch, there's, Invisible Girl, whatever her name is, and the Thing, like, why can't I play as those guys? And so like in this game, it's like, I would love to play as Groot.
Yeah.
Or I would love to play as Rocket Raccoon and be able to shoot a bunch of guns. And
No,
do
I mean, I
stuff
think
like
that's a
that.
good point. I
think that it's a weird idea that they're going to take a ensemble, license and go, well, but we're really only going to do Star-Lord.
Yeah.
And he's going to give the commands and you can get them to do stuff, but you can't switch and actually play as that character. And I just don't think it fits it. Now, this game does scream to me, $30 title. Like I'll buy it when it gets at $30 or something like that. I just cannot see it as a full
I'm in
MSRP.
the same exact boat, but for very different reasons.
Coming from someone who isn't
I'll
like
get it when it's cheaper.
I'm not like a huge Marvel fanboy. Like I've watched those Guardians movies once each, and they're cool. They're fun, funny. I don't. I'm cool with giving commands to those people, and like case in point, I'm not as enticed or motivated to want to play one of them as much as I would be like a Human Torch, because I mean he's a fireman. But that's just coming from me, who doesn't like. I'm not way into those characters separately, I guess.
right.
I don't know.
I don't think. I think the writing's going to be good. I think they're gonna. I really hope that they hit those kind of really good comedic beats, because I know that the Marvel Avengers game did not hit those beats at all. So I really want them to do well, because I want Marvel to keep making interesting games, which we'll be probably talking about in the later part of this showcase.
Word.
Yeah, if it's like a Devil May Cry superhero game, I'm down to. I'll play it.
Oh, see, take Blade and put him in Devil May Cry style game.
Yeah,
It's like perfect.
Yeah,
this is like butter.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, do any of you guys have any interest in this Vampire Masquerade Blood Hunt game?
So that's a battle royale game, I believe.
Is it?
Yeah.
Blood Hunt is a battle royale
I
game?
believe this is a battle royale game in the. So there's several. Sorry, having an aneurysm. I believe it's in the Vampire the Masquerade genre because there's several Vampire the Masquerade games coming out. And
What a weird choice.
Yeah.
Did you confirm Battle Royale, Tim?
Apparently, it's a
okay.
Yeah.
battle royale game.
So they are giving us this because the other Vampire the Masquerade game is taking a long time to develop.
Oh, I
And-
thought this was the other one that they were developing.
No, this is a battle royale.
Okay, never mind. I'm cool then. Yeah, fuck this game. I don't understand it.
Yes, my answer is also I could care not less.
Yeah.
Could you care not with less?
All right.
there you
Here's
go.
one we have not talked about yet at all.
Okay.
Deathloop.
There's something about a showcase going like, we got 45 minutes. Let's show 2 minutes of a thing that we've already covered.
I think it was like pretty
bunch.
much, hey, this is coming out in a
Yeah.
week. And I think that was the big thing. I think the whole reason they put that up there was for the last 8 seconds
Yeah.
of the clip
Yeah.
was to say, hey, by the way,
By the
this
way.
is coming out on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Which I'm assuming one of you two at least will be trying this thing.
I
Absolutely.
know Kenny for sure.
I'll play
I
it day
gotta,
one.
So I'm going to try to finish
I'll
some
probably
of
come
the
over. Actually, I'll
backlog.
probably come over and visit and just watch.
I think it sounds like a cool premise. I would love to watch the game just
Sure.
to get an idea.
watch party, Kenny's house.
Hey,
I'll bring
let's
the beers.
go. Okay.
I'll bring the beers.
Okay.
Okay.
We could do a stream party and get the fuck out of my
Cool
house.
concept for a game. Cool concept for a game.
No, you're
But
totally
I've
welcome to
already
come watch
played
it.
a
Wow, it's like
loop.
we're living in the future.
I've already played a loop game this
Oh, yeah.
year, so I don't know if I want to play another one.
Well, to be
No,
fair, you
I
didn't really play
I
Returnal.
played 2 loop games this year. Returnal and 12 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Tired of loops.
Well, yeah, I love Arcane, especially Prey.
I'm tired of loops.
Give me my Fruit Loops.
All right.
So day one play for me, Deathloop. We've talked about it
Yeah.
once already. It's coming out Tuesday,
Yeah.
and we'll talk about
This
it more.
might actually be one of those ones where I bug you and be like, hey, can I play?
Yeah,
you?
we will talk about that a lot next week, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Okay. All right. Ryan, or not Ryan,
All right.
Kenny. Kid A
Oh, yeah.
Amnesiac.
I wasn't sure if you were
What
going to
is-
include that one.
Yeah. Figured I'd just throw it out there. So apparently it's just like going to be some sort of like artistic, enjoy Radiohead working with PlayStation type thing. The details are kind of slim right now, but it has something to do with just being like some sort of interactive like gallery of
Radiohead
things.
has an artist they've been working with
Radiohead, though?
Well, Epic. It was Radiohead and Epic collab. They have an artist named Stanley Donwood they've been working with forever since Kid A, and he makes weird, crazy art. I'm sure the game is just going to be a lot of graphically cool looking Stanley
Do you
Donwood
think
art
it's going to be
and
like a
Radiohead stuff.
adventure style game where you just point and click on something and it does something weird?
I don't
and
know, but I
plays
bet it's
music?
free.
I don't know. There's a
If it's not free, then that's it's
I
not
know
gonna
me and
do
Kenny
well,
are pretty big Radiohead fans, so it was pretty funny. Like as soon as that song started up, we were with, yep, okay, we're getting this. Whatever the fuck this is, I don't care.
I was like, wait a minute.
And it turned out to just be a Radiohead thing,
said,
and for some reason that made it less exciting.
Yeah.
Then he said that same day they released a new song. Radiohead.
Yeah, they just released the new. It's like I was right. It is a B-side, unreleased stuff from the Kid A Amnesiac sessions because they're releasing an anniversary collection of that album. Those
pretty
2
cool.
albums.
I mean, Radiohead's a fantastic
Those are my
band.
2 favorite
they're
Radiohead
really
albums,
good.
so,
I mean,
yeah.
I still don't. I mean, we'll see what it is. I guess I don't know.
Those 2 albums are definitely
No, that's the next game.
Oh, what is
Radiohead
it?
in their prime. Oh yeah, what?
Chia.
I don't.
Oh yeah, Chia. Yeah. Is that how you say it?
Wait,
I don't know either.
what is this game?
TCHIA to Chia.
It's a
don't even
cartoon
remember.
little.
Oh, is that the one where you went into a crab or something like that?
Yes, it's the one where you went into a crowd.
Oh my goodness! All
It
right.
looks fun.
Next.
It doesn't look like anything I think I'd necessarily play under
Next.
any circumstances besides if it was just happened to be on a system I was
Yeah.
playing on. Looks a little kidsy, I guess, is one thing I should just say. It does look a little kidsy, but so did fucking Animal Crossing, and I put 150 hours into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
So,
I just
you know what
didn't
I mean?
see anything that was
Right,
really...
no shade to that game, but I didn't pay that much attention. And if I hear that it's good, I might.
Kenny was on a
it out.
euphoria of Radiohead at
Yeah.
that point.
Eh.
I was
Sorry,
furiously
I gotta go.
Googling what's going on with Radiohead.
What's going on with Radiohead?
They announced the Uncharted thing. It's going to be put up on the PC, which I think is pretty neat. I'll probably pick that up eventually. I'll probably pick it up several years down the road, where like I definitely know I cannot remember any of the plot, and then I'll start playing it. And go, I remember all this shit.
You've also not played Lost Legacy. Which
I have not. No,
It's more than a DLC. It's a standalone miniature game.
Yeah, dig it.
It's really good.
I'm hoping that the rumors are true and that they keep on doing this with more of the Uncharted games as well, because I would love to go back in time and play these older ones.
I tell you, I mean, like I've never finished an Uncharted game, but I remember just the beginning of Uncharted 2 was so good. I was like, oh, this is really cool.
Did you pay attention to the story in Uncharted 4?
I didn't play Uncharted 4.
Oh yeah, I paid way attention to those stories. Yeah,
I liked it. I thought it
love
was
them.
sweet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought it was like a really cool. Like
Well,
I
pretty
expected
soon we'll have a movie, so it's all good.
it was actually more about like relationships and stuff than just
4 was about. It was a lot different than the other 3. It was kind of about him coming to terms with like his
brother and his wife and
the psychology of wanting to be a treasure hunter. And it was interesting.
It was really cool. Like I liked that. It was something I never really considered before, and it kind of took me on that journey. So I like that, and I'd be willing to, of course, to try out the second part of that game. All right. So speaking of getting excited about a single character from Marvel, Wolverine, teaser.
So when that teaser kind of started, because like it was the bar guy to his back, big guy, and then another person walking up. I immediately was like, well, that's Logan.
Right.
My thought went, oh my God, are they doing an X-Men game? Please let them do an X-Men game. And I mean, it's Wolverine.
Yeah.
And I think Insomniac Wolverine game, I think is a perfect fit.
Got an idea here. What
Yeah.
if it was kind of like those Arkham games, Batman games?
Yeah, it
only,
will be.
only ultra-violent. So
Oh, it will
instead
be.
of just like crack, pow, boom, and guys going conscious, those
Did you ever
blades
play?
some
there was a
disembodying.
Wolverine game. I think it was on PlayStation 2 or Xbox or whatever. It was when I think it was the Origins, the game, the movie or whatever.
Right, I never played it.
It was actually really good. It was a very well done, and it was ultra violent Wolverine.
Well,
Fantastic.
Tim, you've never played the Spider-Man game, right?
I played a little bit of
Play
it.
a little bit of it.
Yeah.
They're really good at gameplay. That game just feels so good to play, and I'm psyched to see what Wolverine feels like in an Insomniac game.
Literally, it does lend itself to the same kind of style, right? Because like Wolverine has reaction. He's very agile.
Health regeneration makes sense.
Yeah. I hope they do a Bloodborne, like get your health back by killing things. Yeah. I did see rumors, like people discussing this, about the fact that this is Insomniac's second team, the one that did Miles Morales.
The B team.
The one that did Miles Morales, which is
I
an
love
awesome game.
Miles Morales.
So
yeah.
I'm wondering, and like I've heard people just also wondering on other podcasts and stuff, if this is not a giant Spider-Man sized game, but also another bite-sized game. Maybe,
I wouldn't mind if it's a bite-sized game.
Maybe not.
But I like my games.
Yeah, I wonder if it's an open world or not. Like
tiny.
Does Wolverine make sense in an open world? I don't know. It might not even need that.
Should Wolverine live in an open world?
What do you think, Tim?
Tim has lockjaw.
I don't know. I was thinking about for some reason I had this idea in my mind that like, what if it was Wolverine, but he's playing through the entire plot of the Wolfenstein remake?
What?
And I can see it working. I can see it working. They kind of have similar personalities.
I do want a game.
Just imagine Wolverine going up
I
against
do
a
want
bunch
a
of
game
Nazis.
that takes the premise of X-Men Origins Wolverine and like because it starts like American Civil War or whatever. He's fighting in that too.
Yeah,
Just,
why
like,
the fuck not?
Put him in those timelines.
Yeah.
Just let him go
Yeah,
crazy.
that'd be cool.
Like
Wolverine's
Wolverine
fighting Nazis.
taking on redcoats.
I love it.
And he could eat dog food to regen health, like we learned last episode.
Hey,
Wolfenstein.
we're learning.
Yes, exactly.
That's like,
But, yeah, I think
would
about it.
totally play that game.
And he got caught in the countryside in that game. It's like, well, I could see Wolverine being in an environment like that.
Wolverinenstein coming next.
Wolfenstein.
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 Wolfensteinerine. All right.
Wolfenstein makes more sense.
Wolfensteinerine.
Okay. Looks really pretty. Gran Turismo, new game.
Yeah. Did you play Gran Turismo
I
back in the day?
didn't play a bunch of racing games.
I'm not a
The
racing
only
game
things
guy.
I remember that it's like when people were like, "Well, Crysis is the epitome of like how much you can push your PC." Gran Turismo was this is the epitome of
How fast
how
you can
good a
push your
game could
PlayStation.
look.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I remember seeing people play it and everything. I never jumped into it myself.
Yeah, I have PlayStation friends who are way into Gran Turismo, and I know it's a huge thing for PlayStation.
It looks gorgeous.
Big thing for car geeks too.
Yeah, yeah.
And frankly, I'm not a car geek, so you know.
I think like it's interesting because there's like you had your Gran Turismo, and then Microsoft comes out with their Forza, and it's kind of like this kind of interesting because they both look gorgeous. The new Forza game looks really good too. So. I mean, I get it if it was on. I mean, Gran Turismo won't come to Game Pass, but free PlayStation
I played
at
for
some
free,
point.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah,
You just drive in
play it.
circles, right?
yeah.
I thought of a neat idea.
Turn
Like,
left.
it'd be cool if a racing game like could import
Wolfenstein.
cities from
okay.
from like Sim City games, like City Skylines kind of.
Oh,
thing.
that'd be
You
cool,
could
yeah.
build, towns, and that's what you race through.
Yeah.
So you have to build the.
I'm getting
city.
lost in my own game ideas.
You are.
Inventing games.
You know,
Yeah.
I had an idea.
Listen
for,
up, Todd.
I had
whoever
an
runs
idea
things.
for a city
Phil
builder game.
Spector.
Maybe we can work on it together, Tim.
What's that?
So you build up a city, but the idea is the city is attracting superheroes, but it's also attracting supervillains.
Okay.
So you're trying to build the city and maintain it while there are superhero battles that are happening within the city, and you're trying to like build products and stuff
That
like
reminds
that.
me of that Dimitri Martin joke where he's like, I want to start a hospital game where you just have to take care of all the people that were killed in other people's games. Call it Super Busy Hospital.
You know, it would be
It's
awesome.
actually an awesome
This
idea.
man, we need to operate immediately. This man's been shot in the head 88 times.
What if in Gran Turismo they put karts and Mario and Luigi?
Hey,
Yeah, then I'd be interested.
yeah.
I'd play it.
I'd play it. I don't know. But Gran Turismo.
To be honest, I probably won't. I'm going to just throw that
Not
out there.
gonna
Probably won't play Gran Turismo.
Probably
But
not.
No, but you
But
know
I
what?
can definitely see why
I'm glad
people
to
would.
see because I don't even know the last one that has come out. And when it came out. So,
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Next.
We only got two more. You sure you want to rush through
okay.
this? Okay. Last second, the penultimate one. Nope, not that
Nope,
one.
no.
Penultimate is Spiderman, the teaser.
Did they? Oh, I thought. Okay.
Spiderman.
Yeah.
I was
yeah.
actually like, what is Spiderman for a second?
Spiderman.
I literally thought that.
Yeah,
do
so
it.
Spiderman is.
Yeah. I
Hey,
mean,
Spiderman, turn on
I'm 100% on board for this game. I couldn't.
Me too.
More like
Why?
less about more.
I love.
No, I don't mean to be like.
Yeah, I love
Why?
Spider-Man on PS4.
Because the Spider-Man game was fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
it's
So
awesome.
this game is going to be
and
fucking
Venom and
awesome.
Carnage are always my favorite characters.
Well, we
when I
only
was a
know
kid.
it's Venom. We don't know.
Oh yeah,
Carnage
well,
is
I'm just
gonna be
saying
in it.
Venom is included in that pair, and yeah, I'm psyched to see Venom in a game. I'm both Miles and Spider-Man together is going to be cool. I wonder.
I had that. If you're going down the road, I think you're going down. I was thinking, is it going to be cooperative?
They've said for sure that this is a single player game.
God dang it.
But I don't know if that means
But get
only.
this, you get to play as either Spider-Man.
So you're saying it's an ensemble cast, and I
Exactly,
can
yeah.
switch between them.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's not co-op though.
Yeah. What if
It means
throw
that
in? You got all sorts of.
it means
Spider-Man.
that it's mainly a single
You
player
have all
game.
sorts of Spider-Man friends. You got Black Cat.
Yeah. Doctor Doom
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think
Doctor Doom is also another one.
you know that did you watch the new Spider-Man trailer? That the return of
Yeah.
Dr. Octopus and
Yeah.
they're talking about how Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield might show up in it.
Yeah.
Even though it's a
They
secret.
kind of continue
They
on the
may
multiverse
just go,
stuff.
hey, and then
Yeah.
So I wonder if Insomniac is starting their own Marvel universe now. I mean, they got Wolverine. Does that mean X-Men Insomniac in the future, like the whole X-Men crew? And,
I don't know.
I feel like we would've read
where-
articles
where-
about that
where
already
does-
if that
where
was
does
like a
Well,
canon-
I meant in the future.
Where does canon actually like become? Because honestly, even going back to the first thing we talked about, KOTOR, like it's Lucasfilms. Are we saying now that Knights of the Old Republic is canon in the Star Wars universe?
Yeah.
Well, people have their separate universes, right? You have the
Not if Lucas has his way with it. There's the extended universe and there's
the Insomniac Marvel universe
the
could be one
Insomniac
thing.
Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Insomniac seems to be targeting a lot of Marvel properties, so maybe they'll have their own Marvel universe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could be cool. And I would urge Tim to play Spider-Man, the first one, because it feels awesome and it's badass.
Word. Well, that was it for the Sony showcase. So
I don't think so.
and a bottle of rum. Yeah, so God of War. I mean, what can be said that?
Well, it was called Ragnarok.
Yeah,
what a
after all.
surprise!
I didn't think it was going to be. They showed a lot more than I thought they would.
Yes.
Like that trolling from Keely, or was it? No, not Keely. Who's
Corey Barlog.
Corey Barlog?
Yeah.
What the hell was that about?
I don't know. He's
Who fucking cares? He's like, because he shows up. It's so funny. At the end of that PlayStation thing, they did interviews and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And he shows up on it. He's like, that whole Ragnarok thing, I don't know.
Yeah. It's because for the past year he's been like,
why does it matter?
I think he's been
it's so dumb.
cheekily hinting at the fact that he's not directing it, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Which
yeah,
begs the question, what the hell is he working on then?
that is true. He's obviously working on something else.
I mean, what else does Santa Monica work on?
I would have to think it would be a new IP, if I had to guess.
Girl of War.
Girl meets war.
When this girl meets war.
So we got the question answered. Atreus is a young teen now.
Yeah,
it
they
looks
skipped
like.
right over the voice changing stage of his life, so that was kind of nice.
Hi, guys.
I wonder if it's the same. It might be the fucking
Yeah, it might be the
kid.
same voice
Yeah.
actor.
Who was the original in that game? Sounded like the guy who did Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I don't know.
I don't know.
A lot of the I saw a lot of environments that looked like the first game.
So did I.
I saw a lot, like half of them we saw in that
You're
trailer
right.
looked like the first game, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then some of them look like the fucking
New game.
but also the world city environments is what I was trying to say.
Uh-huh.
There was actually city environments.
Oh
which I
yeah,
thought looked
yeah.
pretty
I saw
fucking
that.
cool.
Like we saw.
I do think that the wolf sled was cool.
Yeah, we saw the river.
I just want Kratos on a wolf sled all this time.
The
yeah,
whole-
it's the same. It's the same person.
the whole lake from the first game covered in
Same.
ice. I think. Right?
Voice actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, who knows? Maybe that was part of their trailer. They were like,
Yeah.
we still have them live in this environment, and you're going to be going to this one. So let's show.
Yeah,
them
I
the
would
rest
think
of
maybe
your entry.
first
Well,
I was
I
kind of
mean-
worried about it, but then I thought maybe they're just showing that in the trailer, so
There's
they
gotta
save
be
a lot of new.
There's
stuff.
got to be a
Yeah.
time jump because I mean the end of God of War. They show a part of what will happen after the end. What happened at the end of God of War.
It was it was a
and
dream.
that was right after the
Yeah.
events. So I'm wondering if it's gonna be like they're gonna have a confrontation and then it's like 5 years later.
Oh, you mean with Thor?
I didn't want to spoil it, but there you go.
Well, that was a dream though, a vision that Atreus had in his sleep. That's the way they framed it in the game. So I guess they could get away with not dealing with that time
fair,
stuff. Yeah.
fair.
Because
Where
remember,
did they
you
show
have
the dream?
you wake up right after that, and he says, "Oh, I just had a dream that Thor visited us," and blah blah blah. You
And
don't
he was
remember?
fat.
and he
yeah.
was fat. He was fat.
I mean, I'm incredibly excited for it. What can I
Tyr
say?
looks awesome.
Yeah,
Tyr does look awesome.
Tyr's a big boy.
I wonder if Tyr is going to be fighting alongside us, which would be badass.
That'd be very badass.
yeah, that would be
it
cool.
seems like you get some cool
There's one thing I want to know
new
is
moves.
here was one of the gripes of older God of War games is that every time you entered into a new game, somehow your powers were sapped, or you ended up not having the abilities of the previous game in order to kind of help you slowly build up.
I think
all
they
the things
have
you
to
could
do that to an extent, right?
To an extent, I guess. Even in this game, they didn't let you have the blades of chaos or whatever until like halfway or more through the story.
Was there? I'm trying to remember. Was there like a leveling system in that game where you like leveled up or whatever?
Kinda.
Yeah.
You got stuff to buy your armor and things, and
Yeah.
then you
So what if-
be able to unlock.
what if they gave you the
special
option to, like,
abilities?
Carry over your Kratos from God of War to this new one, and then start from that point.
What if?
They did add a new game plus and an update that just boosted the levels you could upgrade the armor to, right?
Yeah.
So they could
That'd
do
be
that.
interesting. It's like, oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah, they
you're
could do that
starting-
and just add more levels.
I guess
don't
there
know if they
was
would.
skill points and stuff that you unlock throughout.
That's
the
what I
game.
was trying to
Yeah.
think. Like, I'm pretty sure there was.
Yeah, there were skill trees.
Yeah.
So
for the shield.
but
they
you
must have
didn't
leveled up.
You didn't like have a level. I think it was just skill points you gained, right? Or-
skill points and armor
maybe.
upgrading.
Oh,
God, man, I need to just replay that game because it's a
Clearly.
fantastic game.
Yeah, I'll
And
just
it
go
is
through
now
again.
60 buttery smooth 60 frames on PS5. It looks great.
Yeah.
Ooh, butter.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get some kind of reset for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. And so hopefully also like this will come right on the heels of when they announce the new PlayStation with the smaller form factor, and then I'll get both.
No,
of those
you
things.
want the large PlayStation with the large form factor.
So what do
Clearly don't.
where do you think the story's heading? Do you get any hints from that trailer, or with Atreus and the? Well, we're going to spoil.
Well,
shit here.
obviously, you're still dealing with what's her face,
Freya.
Yeah. So Freya's still pissed that you killed her son.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, but you know what you gonna do about it? It's fucking God of War.
you know,
You know what I
Freya,
mean?
he was trying to kill you. So
She seemed to go right into combat there against.
Jumped on a wagon. Or
Yeah,
something,
right. So
pretty sure that
there's got to be a catch there somewhere, and,
Yeah.
and who knows? She'll probably have a change.
What?
part, you know?
So what? Do you guys? I mean, I don't know much about Norse mythology. I'm trying to think like what
Don't know
other
much about
Norse mythology.
I was just about to ask. Can you explain to me Ragnarok shortly? Do you know how to explain that?
Oh,
It's the end of the
yeah.
world.
I don't really
Yeah, it's
know
just the
too
end
much
of the
about
world.
it. That basically it is the. I think it has to do with just the death of all the gods. And so that's like the big part of
the
it.
death
the
of-
chaos that sows.
But it's something they know is coming, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's something World Tree, maybe Yggdrasil. I don't know.
Yggdrasil is dying or something like that.
Prophecy.
exactly.
Sure, yeah.
Is there any sort of Norse god or one of the Greek gods coming back in this game that you would love to see?
Oh.
What are our options?
Well,
Ooh.
a lot of them are dead.
Yeah, I mean, I like that they did not ham fist a lot of gods from previous games. They did show that one scene of his memories when he's with what's her name,
Athena?
Athena, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
on the boat, heading back to his
Like,
hovel, and
what
that
if-
was like it.
What if Athena became more of a prevalent character in this one?
I'm good. He can move on. He can move on. And
I'm
we can
done with the
experience some
Athena.
new gods. You know, he wiped out the entire Greek pantheon.
He really did.
So, but I like the way that they're headed with this. They're he's not specifically trying to kill all of the gods here. It's just happening to happen.
Yeah.
That some of them are dying in the process.
Yeah, it is an interesting. It's almost like Dale and Tucker versus the. you know that movie? So like he's just stumbling upon. They're like killing themselves. Like, what are you doing? Because he's not seeking them out actively. They're just like, oh yeah.
So, full spoilers. We saw the painting on the wall of the snake going into Kratos' mouth.
Yeah.
Theoretically, Loki, Atreus killing him at some point. Do we end this game with Kratos dying, or do we end this game with Loki becoming the main villain into the third game? What do you think about that?
Do you think it's going to be a like an Anakin Skywalker-esque like moment where he just turns and
That snake that you see in the wall is actually a Chinese dragon. In the next game series, he's going to be in the Chinese pantheon.
keep it going? We're going to take God of
I mean, they're
War
gonna have to-
and we're going to Assassin's Creed the shit out of this.
I mean, I guess if they're probably going to kill off the franchise with this one kind of thing.
We don't know for sure. It's a trilogy either.
Or,
well-
we'll get to know Atreus more. Maybe the next game we play is, the way that they change the stories of Loki.
Maybe we play him in this game and just don't know
I think
yet.
the problem that I have with this new, like, I like the character, I like the development of it, and the gameplay is really good. I don't really care that much about Norse mythology. Greek mythology was so cool, and it's like, it sucks that we're done with it, but like, it had to end at some point.
Sure.
There was an element of,
Well, in fairness, they had to keep on one-upping themselves after he killed one god in the first game, and then they just had him killing more gods until he killed all the gods.
it's beautiful.
And
Though.
I feel like they're being a little bit more artistic and a little more subtle with the way they're taking on the Pantheon this time around. So I don't think it'll end with Kratos killing Odin, and well, it might.
well,
But that's kind of what I like about it. You know what I mean? Like,
well, so if we're to believe that Atreus is Loki, then Odin would be his son. Well, Atreus would be an ice giant when so then.
Oh boy, you know more than I do about the mythology.
I mean, I guess wait, actually, yeah, because his wife
was a giant,
was a giant, wasn't she?
part giant at least. Or,
Yeah, she was an ice. Okay, that makes sense. That tracks then. Yeah.
So that means Kratos is not his real father. You think? Is that what we're going with? That
and
No, well,
His mother was really
Odin-
close with a Jotun.
So
Right.
Loki wasn't actually was adopted by Odin,
Yeah.
but he's an actual ice giant. Yeah.
Sorry, space for me thinking.
But this is what they've done with this series kind of thing, is that they've altered the mythologies.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? By a lot kind of thing to fit a storyline. And
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
They still keep like general ideas there.
I like what they're doing with Freya. I think it's an interesting, like, her kind of response to things is very wild because it's like it's a hard dilemma because she basically wanted to protect her sons, but by doing so, she cursed her sons.
Yeah. I like how they're
It's like-
making these. I like how they humanize basically the gods in this kind of
and
thing.
I'm like,
it feels very real.
Cut to God of War 3 where you're smashing like fucking what's his face head in with a rock,
Hercules.
like Hercules,
Yeah.
rock,
They're just
versus-
beating his face in.
You're literally public him. Cut to like God of War where you're like having deep philosophical conversations about like, well, I mean,
there's a shit ton to be said about that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a really.
That's what I was going to say is that
like,
the character writing is so good in the game and has me hooked that it can be Norse, Greek, whatever. I think that as long as they're doing the same quality of like getting me hooked to
writing
these
is-
characters.
oh my god! Like when you're just riding around the boat and like it's great when Mimir's telling stories or whatever. But when finally Atreus gets Kratos to like tell stories, and he starts telling Aesop's fables.
Oh,
How
yeah.
fucking cool is that? Like it's amazingly creative, and the stuff that they just kind of like
well, I mean, and there was all throughout God of War, there was pieces of the Greek, mythology that were being kind of alluded to.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I don't know. It's such a wild departure from what the series used to be in the best possible way. Like it did everything that I think it should do to go to the next stage for this, but part of me does miss just the mayhem of killing Greek gods.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I think there's games for that now that are just balls out,
Killing
do whatever the fuck you want.
the Sisters of Fate. I mean, that whole level of God of War 2
yeah.
is probably one of my favorite levels in any fucking game. Like, it's so good.
For the record, God of War is a game I do not listen to a podcast while playing.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
That's
Oh yeah, no.
All right, fair enough.
From the music to the actual acting, it's yeah,
that's a game
it's
where I
up
want to
there.
hear everything
Yeah.
for sure.
So yeah, I guess we're kind of excited about this. That's the most
We're
we've
gonna do a whole
talked about a game
podcast on
I
God
think,
of-
since World of Warcraft.
That
could
is
do a
several
whole
months ago.
podcast.
That is the
on God of
most
War.
typed game for me out of this thing, for sure.
They knew it.
Yeah, I think Forspoken is probably one of the next higher.
Okay,
hype
here's
games.
that's a good thing to say. So what's your
Top three?
What's your
Top three?
Give me one. Let's.
Okay.
We're running. We're running
Forspoken
pretty
for
late here.
sure. For Forspoken, definitely.
Forspoken is
Yeah.
your number one.
Yeah,
Are we going other than God of War? or
Other than
just
God of War,
Other than
yeah.
God of War.
because I'm gonna get God of War, but this yeah.
That's tough. Forspoken's pretty cool, but I'll say Spider-Man 2, honestly.
Spider-Man 2?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
Gran
Guardians.
Turismo for 10.
I'm
Guardians.
sticking with my guns on this one. I'm going to
Nice.
say Guardians.
Oh, wow.
Like I said, I'm still not going to buy it on release. But
It's the principle of the matter.
but that's the one I'm allowing myself to get excited about. So
well, that's awesome.
I'll probably play that Tiny Tina Tiny Titty
Tiny Titty.
Tiny Titty Tina in her Wonderland.
Oh my god!
Okay. All right.
All right, well, we got to cut that one out.
Tiny Titty. No.
No, that yeah, but what an awesome like Sony going like, hey, fuck E3, we're gonna do this right
That's
now.
a very
It's like,
Nintendo move.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
That
is
was
true.
a very Nintendo move to do.
They got to do something. Hey, there's one thing I wanted to bring up about this. Every single one of those games they mentioned kind of thing is going to be, $60, $70
Yeah.
on release. And that is
lot of
something
them, yeah.
to
Well,
keep in
PlayStation
mind.
5 games are $70.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
and so, it's interesting because Deathloop, I do believe, is coming out on Windows as well, which will be $60 on Windows.
That's weird,
$70 on PS5.
Despite all that shit, all these things, all these games that come out, I'll probably just get more hyped about whatever's coming out on Xbox.
No word.
Pass,
Game Pass,
baby.
yeah.
No word from anything Naughty Dog. No word on Naughty Dog's Factions, which was the Last of Us multiplayer that everyone's been waiting to hear about. No Bloodborne patch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get over your
No
Bloodborne.
Kojima.
No, you're not going to get that shit.
Yeah, no, we'll get the Bloodborne.
We got
patch.
Elden Ring coming out. Calm down, people.
I
for
imagine the
Bloodborne
thing's
2.
gonna happen eventually, but
I'm
no,
not
I did
asking for
not.
Bloodborne 2. I'm asking for
But
60
it did
frames.
seem like everyone was like, "Oh, Bloodborne 2 is like,
I want
get
60
over it.
frames.
Elden Ring is coming out.
Yeah.
Come on.
I imagine it'll be the same thing. Like when they're ready to do Bloodborne 2, or when they've got news
They'll do it.
in the pocket. That's when you'll see Bloodborne stuff coming out.
Yeah, well, we've got the patches for all the other Souls game on. It's just very weird.
Yeah.
They're doing something. Is it like a bigger remaster? That's why they're holding it, because of a remaster. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We've gone long. We've talked about a lot of
What
games.
the hell time is it?
I think it was warranted for this big PlayStation
Jesus.
event. There's a lot of games
Yeah.
to talk about, so I'll timestamp each of them. You want to hear about the games, you'll jump to the one you want to hear
perfect.
about.
Oh, wow.
And people will know about that right after they're finished listening to the episode because you mentioned it at the end of it.
Well, they'll see it if they're a timestamp person.
But then they would have to like maybe write to us, right? How would they do that?
Yeah,
Kenny?
if you love timestamps, send me an email and also include your game ideas or trivia questions or debate topics or anything you want to hear on the show. Come up with your own game. We'll play it and give you props for it. And neat stuff like Tim's coming up with. The movie game we did last time is awesome.
By the way, I forgot to mention this because I know he's an avid listener. My buddy Chris helped me design that game. So Chris,
Nice.
shout out, man.
Thank you,
Did
Chris.
good.
All right, guys. I didn't get to the point where I said TheLeetistPod@gmail.com
There you
and
go.
at TheLeetist on Twitter is the places that you can do that and write us in.
Okey-dokey.
Also, go on your favorite podcast platform where we're at and leave a comment because that helps us get seen by more people here on The Leetist. We'll be back next week with new games, new stuff to talk about, Deathloop to talk about.
I'll probably finish Psychonauts by then.
Yeah, maybe,
think,
maybe I'll finish Fist. I
Tim
don't
has
know.
a game that's been in the works for a while that he's going to debut next week, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the week after that will be the debut of Family Feud.
Oh,
Yeah. But yeah, as I told them last time, the feud is going to be more than one time. We're going to be able to turn all that data I have into multiple Family Feud games.
My God,
that
man.
will be sprinkled in across multiple episodes.
he's a
So
mad
We
man.
need more data. All right.
I have lots of data. All right, guys.
Hey, it was fun talking to you guys.
We'll catch you
we
guys
did
next
it.
week on The Leetist. Go play some games.
Bye-bye.
Most like yes.